Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Friday night's live intuitive oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. I feel like we're just here, but I love it. I'm loving it. Ghostdragonzw, fancy meeting you here, sir. And Edna, I hope you're back. Sir, not slap. Money and bacon, I'm all in. When you coming over? I'm just saying. Heather B, what's up, girl? Andrew and Gnomes, what's up, Nomeo? Hello, everybody from Tennessee. I'm kind of grounded due to hurricanes sitting the freight areas. I was heading to South Carolina. Jason Finch, hello and welcome. Yeah, good evening, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night, wherever you guys are. I'm just glad you're here. We're getting into spooky season, so I got my spiders on. Any of y'all on my Facebook saw what happened to me today with a spider. So it's the first time I ever saw a wolf spider, and it was about that big. I took a picture of it. I don't kill anything I don't have to. So I was trying to knock it into a box and put it outside, but I was so scared that I used like a regular size broom, and I'm doing it from across the room. So of course, as soon as I touched the hoodie it was hanging on, it fell and scurried off. So I'm pretty terrified. It was gigantic. I'm like, okay, great. Now I'm gonna have to burn the house down. I mean, I can't find the spider. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to kill it. It's so good to see you guys. We did get a message from Lotus Girl, which is crazy, right? She has no Wi-Fi. The Verizon Wi-Fi is down. Like, she has no electric. All this crazy stuff is going on. And she takes the time to let us know that she can't be in stream. And I'm just like, you guys are so loyal to us and to this stream. And I just need to take a minute to acknowledge that. Means the world to me, means the world to Ghost, for sure. I'm doing well, Heather. Thank you. A little bit tired. So this week, for the first time in 4 years, on Wednesday and Thursday, I did nothing. I got my son ready for school. I did like the mom stuff I absolutely had to do. The house stuff I absolutely had to do, but I did nothing for work. I sat around and played video games and watched videos. And Jason, yes, and you'll be pretty high up on the list, so you don't have to worry about that. I just kind of was like, I need to do nothing. Like, I've had breaks and days off and stuff in that time, but like never where I could just be. And it was glorious, even though today I was swamped. I want to share with you guys. Heather, how are you doing, by the way? How is everyone? Kirby's, hi. I'm going to bring Ghost in, and then I want to share with you guys a part of a gift I received. The other part of it I put downstairs on my mantle and forgot to bring up. And I got some freshly made and mixed together lavender sage. So I'm really excited about that. But the crystal I got is just beautiful. I got it from Miss Arisha in return for her monthly. Autumn Moonlight, hello. Let us know if you'd like a reading. Here's the man of the hour.
Hello, folks. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to say my hellos in chat too. When I got a chance, when there's not as many people, it's easy.
Yeah, hopefully we get busy tonight.
It starts slow.
Here's a photo of the statue I got. It is the maiden. This says, if stress, anxiety, and fear are keeping you back from doing the things in life that you want to do, let green onyx, it's just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Give you the loving support that you need. Green onyx works gently on the heart to bring you a renewed sense of self-love, helping you feel supported enough to face difficult times with clarity and courage. And then it has the chakras. I am spiritually connected, intuitive, able to speak my truth, loving, self-aware, creative, and safe. And it goes through all of the chakras. It is just, I just wanted to publicly thank her because it was very unexpected. But you know, I told you guys I barter. So I do have an Amazon wish list. And with that being said, I'm sure we'll go through one more thing and then let's just get started. So I decided, I told you guys, I think I did the video last Monday, not this past Monday, the Monday before, where I was talking about spirituality and how I want to bring it to the channel and I'm not effing around anymore. So what I did was I decided that I'm going to do a very short video on whatever the topic is for the week. And then later on in the week, sometime in the afternoon, I'm going to do a live stream, just me, and we're going to talk about the video. So you guys would watch the video, write down any questions you may have, any thoughts, any ideas if you want to. And then when the stream comes, you guys will know exactly what's, what you want to say, what you want to ask if you're interested in that topic. The first topic that we're starting with next week is toxic positivity. What's up, mama? My mom is in the chat, guys. Everyone say hello. And remember, she doesn't type that fast and sometimes just listen. So she's not being rude if she doesn't personally respond to each and every one of you. She's not good with typing stuff. So toxic positivity, and what a concept. I had to bring it up because I feel like I fell into this for a while. And I feel like I kind of pushed it for a while, not realizing that what it was very toxic. I tell you guys all the time, I'm learning and growing with you. So I wanted to talk about toxic positivity. So there will be a short video on it on Monday. And then I'm not sure Thursday, I'm not sure which day I'm going to do the live stream, but once I choose the day and time, that'll be when it is. So hopefully that works. With that being said, let's jump right in. What are we doing?
Okay, I don't know if Edna's back yet. So go ahead and do Nut Slap because he was second.
Nut Slap getting in early. I like it. Thanks for helping me out, by the way, this week. I appreciate you. Nut Slap, I'm using Ether Creatures. Mom, on Tuesday, when we do afternoon talk with Ghost and Ryan, I'm going to be asking Ryan a little bit about his book. Toxic positivity, pictures of Venus. Toxic positivity is like, there's this trend going on with Gen Z where it's called like something delulu, right? So it's about like being delusionally positive. I use the example in the video of like the IRS is coming after you for money and you just are like, nope, not going to accept that. I'm going to think positively that they're not going to come after me. And before you know it, you're in prison. That's toxic positivity. It's delusional positivity. And, I talk about what makes up our vibration. It's not just our conscious mind. I talk about the DNA. I talk about a lot in the video in a short time. And I hope that this series works. Toxic positivity. Yeah. And I'm just doing Nut Slap first because I didn't see you there, but you will be next. I think the storm might have taken a lot of people from us. Denial or resistance. Right. But this is like to a really severe degree, right? And it's dangerous. And I feel like I may have been in a state of toxic positivity for a little while. All right. So Nut Slap, you got the Illud Situla in the reverse. And these are daemons, not demons, daemons. Card number 47. And I forgot the specific definition of a daemon. All right. It takes a village. Ghostdragonzw is having a little bit of issues behind the scenes. So if he blinks on and off, just ignore him. Okay, if the Illud Situla, I don't even know how to pronounce this, appears to you in reverse, you are being used. Rather than panicking about this, take the time to see how that might be occurring. Then decide consciously whether you're happy to be used in that way or whether this is not a symbiotic relationship. It's common to see the Illud Situla in reverse when there is a parasitic element to a situation, whereby one being is making use of the other to the detriment of the other. Wendy Williams, what's up, girl? Keep in mind that a mutually parasitic relationship is also possible, but neither is good. Hello, Sundown. Welcome. In human culture, there's a lot of emphasis put on the idea that it is not okay to use people to your own benefit or for your own benefit. This is one reason people don't like to ask other people for help. We worry that asking people for what we need and want is using them. I wrote the book, right? Not on using people, on thinking people are going to think that's what I'm doing. The problem with this belief is that it is what people do every day. They use each other. It's not possible to do anything other than this. In some way, you are using everything and everyone in your life as a tool to increase your own happiness. For example, you're using your lover as a tool to increase your own joy and self-worth. You're using your friends to feel a sense of security. You're using your clients to enjoy financial gain. However, a healthy relationship is one that is mutually beneficial. And that means one in which you are using each other in beneficial ways. People want to be used and people love being useful. This means if you feel used by someone in the traditional sense of the word, it's not an issue of being used in and of itself. It's an issue of how you are being used, why you're being used in that way, and what you are being used for. It's a matter of whether being used feels good to you or is mutually beneficial to you or not. Look at how you are being used in the situation at hand, as well as how you might be mutually using the other person. Wendy, thank you so much, sweetie. Starting the stream off right. Or people or being or beings, and make your decisions in this situation with that awareness. Now, I have a little bit to say. A little bit, a lot of it. So, Nutslap, I feel the first thing that popped into my head when I touched this card, by the way, guys, you like my Halloween shirt? I don't usually do tube tops, and I'll never wear it in public, but I just thought it was really cute. Life with Bobby, what's up? All right, Wendy, I got you. Was your work. Your job popped into my head immediately. And I feel like so many of us who work traditional jobs, not on social media, who have to leave the house and go to a regular job, like do feel a lot of the time like they're being used, or at the very least, they're not being appreciated. They feel very taken for granted and taken advantage of. So I do feel like this could have to do with work, but I feel like there could be another situation coming in the next couple of weeks where you're wondering if you're being used or not, right? You're wondering if someone is being completely honest with you about maybe their feelings or what they're actually after when dealing with you. It's just, I think, some confusion. I don't feel like, aside from, thank you, Kirby's, I don't feel like someone is going out of their way to intentionally use you. I feel like at work, that might just be how your boss or whoever this is operates. I feel like if you would just talk to, so if you would just talk to the person outside of the work situation, I think you could clear that right up. So if you start to feel some type of way about somebody in your personal circle, just talk to them. I don't think anyone there is using you, even though you could start to think like maybe a lot of us are very untrusting because of things we've been through. And I think it's okay to say like, I feel uncomfortable with this, and just have that conversation, right? You're not afraid to say what's on your mind for sure. So you shouldn't have an issue with this. And you usually do it in a way that kind of softens the blow of what you're saying because you're really funny and you use sarcasm and humor to work through things. And that's one of the main things I love about you. That, and you look almost exactly like Damien's biological father when we were younger, though. As far as work, I mean, I don't really know like what to tell you there. If there's a possibility of having a conversation with your boss, but a lot of the time, it's like we just have to go on feeling that way. But that's why, Nutslap, for you specifically, we've been pushing in these readings month after month, week after week, for you to move forward, to move on, or at the very least, start looking for a way to do something you love for a living. Your work situation is a big, issue energetically for you. Like you do not vibe with what you do for a living. And sometimes that's just the case, right? That is just what we have to deal with. But I feel like it's taking a lot from your spirit, right? It's taking a lot from you personally to have to keep doing this. And I feel like that's why the universe has been trying to move you, into a different thing to do. So you can feel more appreciated, feel more valued, and just feel more successful overall. Because when you feel very successful in one area of your life, you'll start to see where you can be and feel more successful in other areas. Let the monsters in, Ryan Tremblay, what's up? I just want to show you guys one more time if you missed it. So I got this statue right here. Oops, backwards, it's the camera. It's an actual statue. I'll bring it and show you guys next week. It's so beautiful. I put it downstairs on the knickknack thing my mom gave me. And then I got the green onyx from Arisha. It's just so beautiful. I love it. Jason, I love that. I think, as long as like there's a time and place, right? But I think for the most part, that's how I am too. I use sarcasm as a shield, but I also use it as a tool to kind of get people on my side. Humor you know, if a lot of times, I mean, I couldn't even count on two hands the number of times someone has trolled me and like was really nasty to me in my comments, and I say something back to them, and then they say something back to me, and we go back and forth, and by the end of it, they're like, I just subscribed, you're actually pretty cool, or I like you now, because that's just me being me, right? If the universe is trying to move me in a direction, it needs to do better. Yeah, I do. I agree with that, but I feel like you might also need to be putting yourself out there more, right? I don't feel like you're really putting yourself out there as much as you could be. Let's move on to Aunt Edna. Aunt Edna, I'm going to use the wild woman. Mom, did you ever get into your emails today? Ryan, spell it right. It's coffee. Okay. Flex, steel, Gorilla Glue, and a nail gun to keep the hurricane from taking you and Edna. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are all okay. Is anyone in the path of it right now?
We are right now getting the tail end of it. It came right up Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky, and it's now going through us. Some of it split off, and it went up into the Appalachian Mountains. So I'm hoping to hear from Cindy, Lee, and all them, because they're up in that way where it split off, and they had tornadoes today and up in the area.
Okay. So. Oh, yeah, Mom, I forgot about that. My bad. Okay. There's no rush on it. I just know you enjoy reading them. So there's only 2 there, but there will be more. I'm going to be working on it all next week. I feel like by the time, like if any severe weather that Ghost Dragons gets in Ohio, it will come like 2 to 3 days later to New Jersey. So what I just said to Tennille, I mean, bless her heart, she's messaging me, telling me like, I'm sorry, I can't be in stream. Meanwhile, she's got no power. She's got no nothing. Like, you know, it fills my heart up, guys. I don't know what else to say, but I'm hoping by the time it gets here, it's just like heavy rains and winds. Yeah, Mom, I figured you could probably read them both.
Actually, Jersey it'll be most of that storm will be gone before it even gets to Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. I hope it's just, you know, we're getting like the last trickle of it. I actually, for Monday's video, there's a book that I wrote, my 3rd book, that gets like no attention. Nobody ever talks about it. It's like the lowest sales that I have, and I don't understand why. I think it has to do with the way that I named the book. People are confused. Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. So what I did for Monday's upload is I read 3 chapters and the introduction. And the reason I bring that up, Mom, is because I found I had only the copy on my computer before editing, but I found so many mistakes going through that. I had to do so many takes on some of it. So it'll be great to have you because you have such a great eye for that. Mark Hall said, what's up, sweetie? Scott M. Well, thank you, Nutslap. I think people think it's about sleep paralysis. And there's like some stuff in there about it, but it's mainly about shadow people. And I should have made that more clear. All right, Aunt Edna. Because that's one of my favorites out of the ones I wrote. My Danger at Your Door is my favorite, and Shadow Entities is my 2nd favorite out of all of my books. You got Lilith, the first feminist. Autonomy, card number 2. In what ways have you been sacrificing your autonomy or personal freedom for the acceptance or approval of someone else? Lilith reminds you that regardless of how much you may love or care for someone, it's never okay to sacrifice your personal freedoms for them. What's more, if someone genuinely loves and cares for you, they would never ask you, whether overtly or covertly, to do so in the first place. Respect and equality are the baseline of any healthy relationship, and if these qualities are not present, Lilith urges you to free yourself from this dynamic, even if that means being demonized for it. Lilith is the first woman and Adam's first wife in Jewish mythology. In a lesser-known version of the Edenic tale, God makes both Adam and Lilith simultaneously from the earth, but Adam, believing himself to be superior to Lilith, orders her to be subordinate to him both sexually and mentally. To Adam's misogyny, Lilith responds, quote, "We are equal as we were both created of the earth," end quote, thus demanding equality and respect. Andrew, When Adam attempts to force her to submit, Lilith utters the secret, ineffable name of the Creator aloud and flies away from the Garden of Eden. It is in this moment that Lilith initiates the first divorce and becomes the first feminist. Lilith, whose name stems from the Sumerian word Lilitu, meaning wind spirit or female demon, has long been demonized for her disobedience and for choosing autonomy over matrimony. In patriarchal societies, women have been and continue to be demonized and persecuted if they hold unconventional views on marriage, sexuality, childbearing, and life's purpose. I just want to say I love this deck, but some of the cards I really don't. I don't think people should be putting their political leanings in oracle decks. It just doesn't fit. It kind of pisses me off when they do it. Jason, thank you so much. Lilith is the wild woman within every woman who demands to be respected and who lives in alignment with her own inner truth. The woman who would rather live autonomously than with another whose ideals she was born to break. So I don't believe this has to do, like, you're not getting a divorce or anything like that, Anna. But what I do believe is happening here is in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be starting to realize that someone is slowly, even if it has nothing to do with autonomy, right? This is a bit off book. It's like slowly realizing that someone is wanting more and more. Now, you have no issue anymore drawing lines, enforcing boundaries, and me too. And, you know, saying what's on your mind. But I do feel like there's someone in the next couple of weeks, maybe that you have a heart for, or that, you know, really did need your help at some point. I feel like it's like there's someone who I just keep hearing asking too much. Someone is pushing your limits of what you're willing to give of yourself. Excuse me. And I feel like you just have to say that. I don't really see any problem here. Again, like, I feel like this person's going to be pretty mad about it and upset. But like my grandma Pat used to say, don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. Anyone who's going to be upset with you for drawing a line, creating a boundary, and enforcing it doesn't need to be in your life. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. And then the next couple weeks, just look for someone who's kind of, and you'll know right away, like asking too much, maybe lying to try to manipulate you a little bit. Back in my life on the regular. Yeah. There it is. Don't be afraid to enforce that boundary again and just say, you know, whatever you want to say. But it's like, I keep hearing like, I tried. That's what I keep hearing. You don't have to try anymore. You already know this person's game. If you absolutely must be around her, then be around her. But there's no reason that you should have to even communicate with her. Heather, you said Heather's next? Heather, I'm going to use angels and ancestors. Thank you, Aunt Edna. No, I'm not going to stand up. I don't, no, it's a tube top. I don't usually wear them. Belly shorts I can wear now because I have leggings that go up past my belly button, but the tube top, no. Thank you, Anna. Anna says, thank you, sweetie. She's good, folks. It's your team. I'm just the messenger, but I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate the validation when you guys let me know that, like, I'm on point, because then I know I'm connecting properly. Ryan, what is that? Oh, if anyone's free tonight, I'm doing a show on the Chupacabra with William Nighthawk. Here's the link. What time, Ryan? William Nighthawk. I don't know who that is, but that just sounds awesome. Like, I want to hang out with William Nighthawk.
You want to have a conversation with this guy. Seriously. He's special.
What time? Let me know. Oh my gosh, this card is so beautiful. And Edna says, Gemma, you are spot freaking on. I even had a discussion with her this morning. Well, Ryan, people are going to be here, dude. But I think that's 9:30 Eastern. I'll watch after. Even if I can't do live because I'm here, I will definitely be watching. The Chupacabra, aka the goat sucker. And I do always forget that that's the second name. Ryan, I want to promote your book a little bit in Tuesday's stream. Obviously, you don't have to give anything away, but my mom and I, of course, what's up, Divine? We're talking about it earlier on the phone, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, he's writing She's like, Ryan's writing a book. And I immediately think my brother-in-law. I'm like, he is? And she's like, Ryan Paul Tremblay. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he is. And she's like, I got to get me that book. So, because my mom said, with the paranormal, she knows a lot. She's studied it her whole life. She's been in it. The things you talk about, she doesn't know a lot about, but she's very interested in it. And I do feel like you have a lot of people, myself included, who feel that way, who are like, all right, yeah, like this community is amazing. I love it, but I know I'm in the thick of it, right? This is something outside of that that's still so incredibly interesting, drawing us in. Beautiful nails, Gemma. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Ryan is writing 3 books, Wendigo, Ye, Nell Delushi, and Indigenous Lore. Privately, did you ever reach out to my publisher? I hooked back up with them, by the way. So if you want to do that, I will put in a good word for you. All right, Miss Heather, you got the she-wolf. Look how beautiful. Unleash the wild within. Heather, let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. The she-wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf and half woman. She is the alpha female who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, the pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. She encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack, or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or don't understand. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do in order to express your true self. You are being rewilded at this time, Heather, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is already here. So, Heather, yeah, I do feel like you've been stifled. I feel this midnight my time, really? Oh, okay. I'm in. I feel this... let me think for a minute of the word I'm looking for. I've always felt every time I've read for you, this suppression of you, right? It's not a bad thing. It's just something that I've noticed, this simpatico energy of something I'm personally dealing with, that you may be dealing with something very similar. Wanting to chase after your dreams, but constantly having to worry about what someone else is going to think. Not because you worry about what others think, but because you literally have to worry. So I'm using your husband. Say you have a husband. I don't even know if you're actually married, but for an example. So I'm not saying this is actually what's happening. It's just an example. Your dream is to start a YouTube channel, but your husband hates YouTube, thinks it's stupid, and doesn't want you on it. So you do it anyway because it's your dream. You want people to know your face. Maybe you want to be a little bit famous or infamous, whatever the case may be. There's something you want to say. But then, you make your first video, you're really excited, and he watches it and does nothing but pick it apart and criticize. Criticize what you're wearing, the way you sound, the way you look, what you're talking about, etc. Sundown, you just come in. And if you want a reading, you're put on a list. And when it's your turn, I read for you. It's something like that. It's like you want so badly to do something, and you might even be pursuing what this already is. But it's like, I'm seeing this suppression of it. So like you're going for it, but you're going for it at such you could be moving so much faster and going at a much more rapid pace than you are, because there is someone in your life who is just holding you back. They are, not supportive, not encouraging. In fact, they're the complete opposite of that. And it's like you're kind of always in this battle with really wanting to chase your dream, but also not wanting to have this uncomfortability all the time between you and this person. Blue, what's up? Oh, good. No damage. So, Heather, what this card is saying is you need to just go for it. And, you may have to deal with some poop from some people because of whatever this is. There's something here that you want, or that you want to do, or that, you're dreaming of or wishing for, that the universe is telling you you've suppressed it for far too long. And you're finally in a place where you're in alignment with whatever this is. So the universe is ready to bring this around to you, but you have to put the energy out of wanting it. You have to put the work in 10 times more than what you are. I feel like you are dimming your light to a degree where you are almost impossible to see anymore. Your light is almost undetectable, not because your light's undetectable, but because you have dimmed it so much so that you don't have to deal with who or whatever this is. And I do think it's a person. I do think they're toxic. I think they're just disgusting. I'm sorry if that offends you, if it's someone you love, but ew, gross, garbage person. Stop dimming your light, Heather. Go for it. Go for whatever this is with gusto. And you know what? Let the chips fall where they may. Like, okay, you may end up heartbroken if say it is your husband and he divorces you because of it, or you end up having to divorce him because of lack of support. Yeah, that's going to hurt and it's going to take some time to recover. But while it's hurting and you're recovering, you're also going to be living your best life, right? Don't put up with no poop from anybody. That's what my mom always taught me, right? Be kind, be sweet. If someone lays their hands on you, you tear their up. And I feel like that's what we're dealing with here. This person hasn't laid hands on you, but it's like they're constantly beating and berating you. The real issue here, Heather, is lady, just hold that thought for a second, please. The real issue here is that they're jealous. They're jealous of your dynamic. They're jealous of your success. They're jealous of your light. They're jealous of your drive, your ambition. They're jealous of your ability to go out and get things done. So lady says, hi, I would like a reading. My question is Paul attracted to me? Thank you. If you need dates, I have them. So lady, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. I would love to read for you. Ghost Dragons will put you on the list. So the one thing, what happened? She said, oops, sorry. The one thing, though, is these are one card readings. So I do personal readings for a fee off of this, right? But the one card readings, I can definitely try to answer your question, but I have no guarantee that I can do that because normally what I do, because it's for free or donation, is bring in just general information. I will definitely ask the question. I normally do get an answer, but just so you know, with these one cards, I kind of just blow through them, but I will certainly ask your question and see where we land. Just remind me when I call your name, when I'm like, oh, it's lady's turn, tell me the question again so I can, because I might not remember. Who's next?
Andrew. And Sundown and Lady, what I'll do is, I believe Autumn is new. She's been here before, but I think she missed it last time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she ever actually got a reading. Yeah.
Huh?
I don't think she ever got a reading.
No. Autumn, you're new. Sundown and Lady, what I'll do is, since you're new, I'll slide you in for your first time. Then every time you come in after that, it's just where you're at in line. And if you don't want a reading, you just let us know when I call your name. Thank you.
Heather, you are so welcome, honey. Go get them. I just see such brilliance in you, and I see such potential in your energy and in your spirit. You do have the ability in you. I mean, we all do, but specifically with the steps and the actions you're taking, you do have a major ability in the next few months, like coming into the new year, to achieve something huge that you've been really working towards. The issue lies when you start being forced to listen to someone else constantly criticizing what you're doing. It brings your energy down, it lowers your vibration, and it throws you off your game. You've got to find a way to emotionally detach. Jason, you were in here pretty early, so you shouldn't have to wait much longer. Oh, Divine, I always
Jason,
I know that I'm subscribed to your channel, but I never get notified of anything you put on, and then I forget, because I would share your stuff out on my channel to my subscribers because a lot of them know you. So I'm going to go and make a note that I need to check my notifications. Go ahead, Stephen. I'm sorry.
That's right. I was just going to tell Jason, actually, you're after Andrew, so you came in early enough. You just got to remember, when you come in, it depends on when you come in, and how late you come in is going to be about where you're at and who's here and who's not.
Jason, yeah, so you're next. This is Andrew. I'm using Ancestor Spirit. Don't forget, after the new people, my mom. I just want to write that down. check notifications. So yeah, guys, on Monday, what we'll have at 11 a.m. Eastern is a reading of the introduction and 3 chapters of my book, Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. And also a short video on toxic positivity. And then we're going to do a live stream. I'm not sure when yet, later on in the week, discussing the video on toxic positivity. You're so welcome, sweetie. I never see anything from you. And I used to share it, but you know how YouTube is with the notification bell. Sometimes you have to click it like every day. Ooh, Oreo ice cream sandwich. You know what I picked up because they were on sale? The mint Oreos. And I thought for sure my little guy wasn't going to eat them. My husband doesn't eat sweets. So I'm like, they're mine. Yeah, my little guy loves them. I had to go get more. So I got the thin ones and the regular ones. All right. So Andrew, you got upskill, work, career, and crossroads. The ancestors speak. You are stuck at a crossroads and more information or education is the way forward. Upskilling or studying may be the solution to a career or finance issue. It's time for a change. Empowering yourself with new skills and knowledge will help you direct that change. You are ready to make a positive shift, but may have been underestimating your ability to study or master something new. You do not necessarily need to do formal study at a college or university. Doing a short course, attending a seminar, or completing a weekend workshop might be a good place to start. Be courageous and disciplined like the ancient Greek warriors. Do not settle for a job or career that does not suit you well. Ask yourself how you could stimulate your career progress and increase your opportunities. Be honest with yourself about what you could improve and take steps toward achieving what you want in your career. Now is the perfect time for you to go forward and make these changes. I almost said the word archiving like 4 times. So definitely putting something behind you. Blue, I would love it if you could hang around. If you can't, though, I'm going to timestamp you. All right. So just let me know if you have to pop out. Yeah, I keep saying archive. So I don't know if that's literal, like you're looking through some archives to try to find some information, but I think it's more of like you're putting something behind you, Nomio. As far as your career is concerned, I feel like in the next few weeks, possibly moving into the next few months, I don't know if this is going to happen as quickly as when I normally read, it'll be like a week or 2. I see this in the next couple of months. There is opportunity for advancement, serious advancement, but I feel like it's not going to be offered up. You're going to have to, really take the initiative, right? You're going to have to put yourself out there, make yourself stand out. I feel like you see the opportunity, you're going to go for it, you're going to grab it, right? It's not like it's something that you can see coming, something that's going to be offered to you, Nomio. I just feel like it's something that's like, okay, I really want this. I'm just going to go for it. It can't hurt to ask. And then you end up being perfectly qualified for whatever it is you're looking for here. This is definitely, again, an upskill advancement, learning more in your work, doing more in and with your job, and advancing. I see that it can be a financially abundant time as well when you do that. Yes, it definitely is. Laughter is the best medicine.
Are you ready?
Jason Finch. Autumn Moonlight, please let us know you're still here. Baby Dragon, what's up, girl? If you need to leave, let us know. I'll timestamp you, or we can get you in before you got to go. Hello, 911. Strange woman trying to break into the trailer of ice cream. I've never seen her before. Please hurry. All right, Jason, I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So what this is, it'll tell you the energy coming in for you in the next 2 weeks, right? So say you pull like, Venus in Aries. That doesn't mean your Venus is in Aries in your chart, but it is the energy coming in for you for the next 2 weeks. Oh, I love Hocus Pocus 2. I've seen it so many times. How many souls are in this bottle? None. We didn't have rain for 16 days here, and then it rained up a storm yesterday. All right. Jason, you got the card of power. It is, I think that's Scorpio, in the moon in Scorpio. So let's see. Yep, the moon in Scorpio. Jason, Moon Scorpio people have very strong feelings and form lasting emotional attachments. Intensely loyal they are, however, susceptible to brooding jealousy and strong emotional outbursts. The moon is traditionally in its full, quote unquote, in Scorpio, and so this is not a sign in which emotions are freely expressed. Often, an immense conservation of emotional energy is released in an intense and extreme manner. People with this combination can hold a grudge longer than most, but find no sacrifice too great for a loved one. Moon Scorpios can at times be overwhelmed by intense emotional reactions and almost psychic sensitivity to others. These qualities are helpful in developing an aptitude for healing and counseling. Certainly, with all this emotional energy, Moon Scorpions find some kind of work helping the less fortunate fulfilling. Family matters are rarely smooth for people with this aspect, often involving seemingly causeless separations. Moon Scorpios are potentially very sensual, and when overindulged, this can lead to problems. With the extreme emotional power that this combination engenders, the old adage that Scorpios make the most powerful friends and most destructive enemies does become a reality. Jason, when this card is drawn, it usually involves emotional fireworks, passion or hate, enthusiasm or indifference. There's rarely any middle ground here. Often, this card indicates an inheritance that could radically change your life. Powerful emotional situations, a secret suddenly revealed, psychological problems, an inheritance, love turning to hate, or vice versa. Now, this could, let's just start here. This could, so my mom's in the chat and Ghost's daughter, Baby Dragon, is in the chat. This could very well be a financial inheritance that is life-changing, life-altering. However, I feel like this is you inheriting someone's something, like the way someone behaves. You're going through something in the next couple of weeks, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you will. Trust me, you're going to be like, oh poop, this is what Gemma was talking about. Where you either start feeling, I feel like, okay, so it's going to start with a secret being revealed. You're going to find something out that you had like no inkling of. I don't see like you intuitively having picked this up. Once you find it out, I'm going to use the example of, yeah, YouTube hates me, Andrew, of you have a female that you absolutely can't stand. I'm just your neighbor. You can't stand her. She hates you. You guys go back and forth constantly. You ignore her. She ignores you. You're mad at her cat. She's mad at your dog. Whatever. Blue, if she doesn't answer you, it's not personal. She just sometimes does other things. I have to tell everybody that so they don't think that she's rude. It's like you suddenly find out that like you and her have something in common, or you suddenly find out that she's attracted to you or has feelings for you. And then you start searching yourself and you realize you have feelings for her as well. This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be you finding out that, your best friend is the one that stole money out of your house 5 years ago. Like there is going to be this gigantic outburst of emotion coming from you, whether you express it or not. These are deep, intense feelings. I do get the feeling that they're very positive. So like joy, hope, happiness, ecstasy, even. And I do feel like, I don't know if you're married or not, but if you're not, there is a soul connection coming in the form of a female. So this is someone you were meant to meet. If you're married or otherwise attached, then I would say that this person could be a coworker, a friend, just someone that you're very spiritually and energetically connected to. In the next couple of weeks, expect to uncover a secret or have someone tell you one, a secret that can change your life. Again, it could be someone you had no idea, having a crush on you, and then you guys end up dating, getting married, the whole shebang. It could be, I do feel like it's a positive secret though, okay? Whatever the case may be, whether it's positive or negative, this card wants to remind you that, always try to be aware of your emotional vibration. Don't allow anyone else to control your emotions or spirit or energy to the point where you explode and go crazy, because then you know what's going to happen. That justified righteous anger that you're expressing is going to be turned around on you, and the whole conversation is going to be about, look how you're acting. It's not going to be about what the person was keeping from you in the first place. There is money coming in. Either play the lottery. All right, good night, Blue. Play the lottery numbers, or again, inheritance, some sort of found money, extra money. And I do think it's a big deal. There is something life-altering, life-changing here. Not feeling it tonight? Well, excuse me. Go get some sleep. You get up too early. I love you. Have a good night. Yeah, Jason, I do the longer ones in the beginning because I have the time. So that's why I always say if you get here early, you'll probably get a much longer reading. Who's next? Definitely something life-changing. Your life is going to change in the next couple of weeks in a big, major way. You just have to go with the flow.
Okay, you ready? Okay. Autumn, are you here? Because it's your turn. If you don't answer, okay. Sundown, are you here? I'm just trying to do one of the new people. Sundown, are you here? If you don't answer, I'm going to ask for Lady, because I like to get the new people out of the way, because Mom, Kirby, then it will be Mom.
Sundown's here.
Go ahead and do Sundown.
Sundown, I'm using Dark Goddess. Oh, you're so welcome. I appreciate you guys too. If you guys didn't come in and spend this time, it would just be Ghost and I. So definitely appreciate the support, guys.
Okay, Lady, I'll get you in here in a little bit. Let me do a couple of regulars, and I'll put you in after Wendy if she's still here. You'll be Mom, Wendy, then you.
Wendy said she didn't want to be on the list just yet.
Okay, I'll put. Then we'll do Mom. Then we'll do Lady.
Okay, and Divine Empathic. Divine Empathic. If you have to leave for an Al-Anon meeting, just let us know. I think you did say you didn't want to be put on, right? Why are all my decks upside down? Okay, so Sundown, you got Erzuli, Prosperity. Yeah, no problem, Wendy. Take your time. You got this. Oh, I'm looking under the P's because I'm looking for Prosperity, but it's actually under E. Come on. Here we go. Sundown. Success enriches for the taking. Excessive action needs forsaking. Clearing out to give away. Prosperity will come one day. By the power of the Dark Goddess and me, protection in place, blessed be. I love this card. Acquiring things in life is not a sin, but to prosper at the expense of others' well-being is to walk a road that grows increasingly impassable underfoot. A life of excess, spending, taking, desiring more and more. It does come at a price. It's nice to be adored, to play the field, to have your jar of hearts full to the brim, but Erzuli looks into your soul and sees a far less rosy future if you continue to live without taking responsibility for the people and the things you collect along the way. You will soon be judged for who you are and not for what you have. Right now, it might be hard to tell who the real you is, especially under all of your stuff. Turn it over to Erzuli now so she can help you sort through the muddle and show you what is really worth hanging on to and how to better take care of it. Avoid borrowing too much money as strings are always attached. A lie is exposed. Time to choose the right person for you and stop stringing people along. Clean out your space and give your unwanted items to a good cause. Recycle more, waste less. Be honest in love. A debt must be paid. There's a few things here. And whenever I use this deck, people always jump on me and they're like, I'm not this. It's not saying that. It's not saying you're bad. I do feel like if you aren't in a committed relationship, it's time, like in the next couple of weeks, just like with, I believe it was Jason, there is a soul connection coming through that you could very well match with this person very well. Will it be a lifelong situation? I don't know, but it will definitely keep you focused on just this person. So that's number one. Also, if you've recently just met somebody, right, and you want to get to know them in a romantic way, I don't normally do love readings, but it's coming up. I definitely think it's a good idea. The thing is to make sure that you're both on the same page so that there's no misunderstandings and stuff like, and things like that. Make sure you say what you mean what you say, cut all ties with anyone who's going to be problematic if you were to start something new. Now, you do have a new crush. Okay. I would suggest talking to this person as long as they're available. I don't see why this wouldn't go further, because I am seeing a person that's for you, and I'm seeing your sights set on them. And you can ask anyone in here. I don't normally give these readings, so it's not like I'm just trying to give you good news. This is what's coming up. It could be a good match. Again, will it be lifelong forever? I don't know, but I do know it is soul connected. Either you just met them, you're about to meet them. So that's a good thing. You are at risk for becoming obsessed with something or someone, or overdoing something. So for example, like, online shopping. I had, when I had money, a big problem with that, right? So I had to really kind of rein myself in. There's something here that you're not quite there yet, but you're at risk for becoming addicted, obsessed, like overly attached to. And I don't think it has anything to do with this new person. This is just personally you. I also feel like you have brought something into your home that could have a negative attachment. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. So whether you actually have a lot of stuff or whether you just collect, like I collect large crystals, gemstones, things like that. This is my new green onyx someone sent me in exchange for a reading. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to that because I see something about that too. Definitely don't want to get into that territory of overdoing it in any one area. That if you become obsessed with like this person as you move forward, it's going to just fall away, right? It's going to freak this person out for sure. I feel like this person is coming out of something toxic, or taking very tentative steps back into the dating pool. Something definitely happened with them where I see them just very like baby steps. I literally see this person wading water. Like really, you need to handle with kid gloves, right? Be aware of your emotional energy, of what you put out. Keep a little bit of mystery about you. Definitely, though, if you were considering like asking this person out or bumping into them, that's fine. You just don't want to get creepy about it. And you definitely have the risk. You run the risk in the next few months of doing that. Yeah. So he's coming out of some toxicity, some damage. So that's okay. Like that's perfectly okay. Most of us in here are damaged goods in some way, right? And we proudly admit it, and that's fine. But just make sure that you're not overdoing it with him. Make sure. Also, I want to say though, make sure he's not just kind of like, oh, this is a good opportunity for me to like rebound. You want to make sure you're both on the same page. Don't allow yourself to be strung along. Now, this is coming in very, very strong, but very clearly. Make sure this person has the same mindset of this new relationship as you do. He can't be walking around thinking you're friends with benefits and you're walking around thinking you're exclusive. Right? I don't think the age has anything to do with it. There's definitely a really good energy here for you guys to prosper, but there's also a big risk of one of you ending up being really hurt. Well, Mom, can you hop back on after you pick him up?
Well,
or do you want me to
next.
Okay. I'm going to read for you. If you don't hear it, Ghost will give me the timestamp and I'll tell you what time to look for. So sundown, just be careful. He's just 42. What does that mean? Oh, thank you, Divine. I love Halloween clothes. It's a tube top, which is why you can only see it from here up. All right, Mom, come back on when you come back and I'll read for you then. That way you can go grab him and tell him to message me tomorrow and let me know all about it. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of my baby. Yes, sundown. That is exactly what this was saying. Did you see like collecting stuff just because you've got to have it? You can't fill that void like that. You have to fill that void by figuring out who you really are, what you really want, right? Not just like what's going to fulfill you in the moment. What is going to bring you long-term happiness? There, okay. Oh, yeah, sundown. You know what, though? I mean, that happens. I'm only 41. I was divorced. I was married on my 18th birthday and separated 3 months later. You know, things happen. So every year my birthday reminds me that it should be a wedding anniversary. The things I do for you. Yeah, Mom, drive safely, please. And let us know when you're back so I could at least give you your reading. Who's next?
Lady, if she's still here. Yeah, she said she was still here. So if she's got her question, she can re-ask it now.
So, Sundown, the one thing I will say, honey, I used to do that too. I was where you were at. The one thing I would just recommend that I'm seeing your team is kind of adamant that you just start looking inward a little bit at how amazing you are and believing it, right? Because when we believe we have potential, when we personally believe that we're amazing and that we can do anything, we don't look for other people or random things to fill us up because we're filling ourselves. There was a commercial in the live stream. That's weird. Oh, did you come back in? Sometimes it does that. That's so weird. Yeah, what was your question, sweetie? Is Paul attracted to you? Mike J, beholds. Nomeo says, my deceased, now 40-something-year-old father had a midlife crisis and got divorced and started a new family. Listen, not trying to put his business out there, but my husband is 26 years older than me. And when I say we just up one day and ran off and left our old lives behind, we both did that. Actually, 7 years today, we moved into my dream house. We just said, forget everybody. And that included the people we were with at the time. I was going on 3 years with someone. It was toxic, and he was at 8. It just happened. And his kids were shocked because I went to middle school with his kids. I'm 1 year older than his oldest daughter, 2 years older than his second oldest daughter, and like 4 years older than his son. And our son was born the day before his like 61st birthday. So, I mean, it happens, right? All right, lady, let me pick the perfect deck to see if we can get an answer for you. Okay. All right. I don't have love decks out, but what I'm going to do is use the Wonderland Oracle and I'll interpret it and give you the message. It depends, Robert. Oh my God. So I used to know this lady named Phyllis, and she was a good friend of mine in my addiction. She was like 70-something years old. She actually passed away one day because she woke up and reached for her inhaler and couldn't get to it. She was addicted as well. But when she would piss me off, I would call her the diaper baby. I would call her the crypt keeping diaper baby because she was like super bony. I'm not my best moment, but that's what it reminded me of. Poor Phyllis. All right, let's see what's up with lady. Ooh, I don't know that I've pulled this one many times. So you got find the lesson in the upright. That's love. I told you I was a horrible person. That's awesome, Nomeo. Discover the purpose in a situation and trust that you are learning. Yeah, that's like they're just born 70, right? Perhaps it hasn't won, Alice ventured to remark. Tut, tut, child, said the Duchess. Everything's got a moral, if only you can find it. Alice is struggling to find any meaning in what is taking place in Wonderland, particularly when she's at the court of the Queen of Hearts. She's puzzled, confused, and feels very much like complaining. The truth is, there is a lot for you and Alice to complain about. People aren't cooperating with each other. There's a great deal of disorganization and chaos. People are quarreling and not getting along. The volatile nature of what is taking place can make you feel like there is no sense to anything at all. But as the Duchess points out, everything has a moral, or rather, everything has a lesson within it. And this is the struggle for you right now, lady. Rather than forcing yourself to find the lessons, the better approach is to just trust that there is one. Trust that you're learning and that this experience will come to be valuable in time. It's a very strange and trying place you find yourself in, so be patient with yourself. Understand that it is natural to feel frustrated, impatient, and confused, but you have to trust. Trust there is a reason for this, and in time you will come to know the purpose of this bizarre, topsy-turvy, and very trying time. The divination in the upright is upheaval, quarrelsome people, disputes, antagonism, and confusion. Uncertainty about the purpose of a situation, feeling frustrated and ready to complain. Let it go to the universe and ask the universe for clarity, and trust that time will bring an understanding of the lessons this uncomfortable adventure is teaching you. So unfortunately, I'm not getting, is there attraction? There very well could be. What I'm getting, though, is that it's not a good time for you or him to pursue the attraction. I do feel the attraction is mutual, but I feel like there's something here, and you didn't say much, and that's okay, that is like preventing this coming together of the two of you despite the mutual attraction. So is he attracted to you? Yes. Is there a chance for a relationship? It wouldn't be the best time. Now, I'm going to give you a reading outside of that question because I pulled an entire card for you. I feel like you're in a situation right now that just seems very, very dire. Adam R., please welcome, and just hold that thought for a second. Okay, lady, maybe that's what it is. So I feel like it's just like you're not understanding. So maybe this is the situation, but there's also something, it's like you might feel like it's one thing after another, or, a dark cloud is hanging over you. I feel this negativity surrounding you in your mindset, right? And the universe is saying, so I did this last week and people kind of like that I did it. Lady, if you take 2 seconds to look around, name 3 things around you that are white. So I have an index card, an oracle deck, and the straw to my Stanley. All right. So you got 3 things that are white. Okay. Now tell me 3 blue things. You were looking for white. So if you're always expecting things to be negative, they're going to be negative and not work out. I feel like if you and this person were really meant to be, there is the attraction there. Work on it. See what y'all can do about it. But aside from the Paul situation, I feel like you really have to be aware of your emotional vibration so that you can try, not in a toxic way. And on Monday, we're going to talk on this channel about toxic positivity, not in a delusional way, but to try to find the silver lining if there is one in a situation, and if there isn't, to accept things as they are and not keep pushing and pushing just to be disappointed and more disappointed. Some things just aren't meant to be. Now, this is not talking about the Paul situation. This is talking about the rest of whatever is going on with you. There's something here that it's like you just want XYZ to happen and you feel like XYZ should happen. But you got to ask yourself, are you taking the actionable steps behind making XYZ happen? And is it even humanly possible? I feel like your mindset, you just are feeling very negative and down. And if you would reconnect with nature, maybe go do something you love to do, and try to literally count your blessings, your positive output, the positive change in the output of your energy will attract more positive in. And then I would say there's a chance you can move forward with this thing with Paul. Mike, if you were on my Facebook, you would know how terrifying what you just said is to me. So there was Adam. Adam said, do you see positive changes in their overall health and energy? I'm going through some challenges. Thank you. So Adam, as I told Lady, when I do these readings, it's for donation only. So like I do personals on the outside of this. I always answer your questions to the best of my ability with one card, but just keep in mind it is one card. So I may not get the full extent of what's happening, but when it's your turn, ask the question again, and I'll gladly try my very best to answer it for you. Normally people just come in and get the general messages because, it's easier for me and I am doing that for free. Don't worry about it. Just ask it when I call you. And by the way, welcome. I love seeing so many new faces. We got Sundown Lady. Autumn was in here. We got Adam R. Everybody, make them feel so very welcome like you always do. So yeah, Mike, I found a spider just chilling on one of my son's hoodies, and it was like this big. It was the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life. So I was trying to get it in a box so I could throw it outside, but I ended up knocking it down onto the floor where it scurried away, and I don't know where it is. I was like, great, I'm gonna have to burn the house down now to get rid of this spider. I'm gonna have to burn the whole house to get rid of one spider. It was terrifying. This was like 3 hours ago. So for you're like, there's a spider on your shirt. I'm like, no, it's not a wood spider, is it? You're so welcome. Who's next?
Life with Bobby.
Well, Nutslap, the good thing is it's downstairs. The problem is I got rid of one of my couches because it was kind of like broken, but also RJ needed more room to play. I gave him my whole dining room table, my whole living room, the whole, like, I don't care. Like, he's only going to be 6 months. I'll get a couch eventually. So we only have the little couch, and the freaking thing fell right underneath the little couch and ran. So I'm scared because even though it's not very poisonous venomous, it still hurts. He's still little, and I don't want to get bit by it. It was huge. It was huge. Luckily, it was only a wolf spider, which are apparently very common in my area. Life with Bobby. Okay, so I guess this is, oh no, too many. Yeah, exactly. The heating vents also, like, we use space heaters in my house. The heat doesn't work, and there's almost no way to fix it because it's like a 1954 when the house was built heating system. We've tried a lot of different things, didn't work. So the vents are like from the 1950s. Did you, Andrew? I didn't see it. I just, I don't mind bugs, roaches, rodents, and spiders. I draw the line, especially ones that are like as big as my hand. I literally thought RJ and Ray were playing a joke on me. I was like, RJ, you've got to be kidding me. I literally thought that it was a fake spider. Ryan, you're next. You better be here. I'm telling Mom if you're not. All right, Life with Bobby. Let's see what's going on with you. You got Freya in the reverse. Radical acceptance. Card number, I believe that's 15. Look at the numbers on these. They're a little weird. At first, it looked like 45. Look at that beautiful card. I love the color green. Guys, I did release second week of October shorts. I did those today. I released them right before stream. We're missing Smoochie. We're missing Jules. I hope they're okay. Jules is in, I believe, Indiana. And I know Smoochie's in Louisiana. Okay, card number 15. Okay, Life with Bobby. Failure and disappointment are parts of life that few want to accept. Perhaps a job you want doesn't come through, a lover you thought was the one betrays your hopes and expectations, or maybe your kids are just acting out. Maybe a long-term creative project didn't yield the success you so dearly hoped for, or perhaps you were hurt by someone for literally no apparent reason. Goddess of War and Radical Acceptance, Freya says, have no fear, this is only temporary. Now is not the time to linger in perceptions of low self-worth. Your alignment task is to accept the truth wholeheartedly and see your situation exactly for what it is. She will bring you to a place of surrender where you have time to heal. Freya knows that you will emerge stronger and wiser. Only good will come out of this. Trust the goddess Freya is watching over you. So, okay, here's the thing. This is already Celebrated Razorworks. Hey, if you want a reading, let us know. We'll put you on the list. Oh, Andrew, please don't. I mean, you can text me anytime, but no Spidey pictures, please. I still need to find this dang thing. But of course, my husband thinks it's hilarious. Okay, so it really does. And there's actually a reason most humans fear spiders, like this innate fear, and I'll tell you guys about it in a few minutes. So there's a theme going on tonight in your guys' energy that, like, the alignment is out of whack. It's like this constant, this theme of constant disappointment, feeling always let down, either by yourself or by other people, by the world, by the universe in general, right? Life with Bobby, what Freya is trying to tell you is that all of these things are happening for the betterment of you. So if somebody breaks your heart and walks out of your life, if someone ghosts you, if you don't get your dream job, if whatever happens, all of this right now, Smoochie girl, what's up? All of this that's happening right now in the next, I would say until like mid-November, it's going to seem, unfortunately, like one thing after another. But what the universe is saying is the universe is clearing. The universe is doing a spring cleaning in autumn of your energy, of your life, so that it can bring in abundance for you. Right now, you're very blocked. And the abundance is like bouncing off of all of the sadness, the disappointment, possibly guilt, shame, fear, regret, all of those things that come from the enemy that we ain't got time for. Life with Bobby, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but trust and believe it will get better. There is a meaning to all of it. Here's how you can make it get better much quicker before November hits. Find the lessons. Find the lessons in all of the disappointments, the hurts, the pain, everything you're going through. Figure out why did you have to go through whatever this is? What did you learn so that going forward, it doesn't happen again? And I feel like that's exactly why this is happening. My little Wi-Fi thing just popped up. Stay strong. Again, I'm going to say it at the risk of being repetitive. Be aware of your emotional vibration as much as humanly possible. That way, you immediately detect when you're starting to fall into the doom and gloom, right? Yes, I almost cursed. Stuff sucks when it doesn't work out. And a lot of the times people hurt us. And as empaths and light workers specifically, we feel so much pain. We have to kind of build up a resistance to that by accepting that we are amazing, we are awesome, and those people that do those things to us just aren't meant to be in our life. And I feel like that is a hard lesson that you are in the middle of learning. The only thing you can do is grow through it. We're all here if you need us. So spiders, let me tell you this real quick. You guys, some of you all think I'm nuts. Some of y'all believe me. There's a planet of an extraterrestrial race of spiders, right? And they're gigantic. They're like the size of houses. Now, there's been some really snap quick YouTube videos of giant spiders crawling over houses that a lot of people think are fake. Some of them are fake. Some of them are absolutely real. What happened is these spider entities or ETs, they overtook many, many planets. So our sub and superconscious minds are probably remembering a time when we incarnated somewhere out there and we were overtaken and lost everything due to these entities. Believe me or don't, whatever. Who's next? Ryan's not answering. I'm like mad with him now. How dare him not hang out?
Just go ahead and do Mark. Mark, are you still here?
Life with Bobby. So we can say and do things that hurt others, right? But at the end of the day, everyone makes their own decisions. And I'm not sure what you're talking about. So if I'm coming off as insensitive, I don't mean to. I just don't know what you're referencing. He did what he did. There's always a reason for everything. And a lot of the time we tend to, in our humanity, think we're more involved in people's decisions than we actually are. A lot of the time people are just making decisions based on how they feel in a moment, a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And they're not even considering us, not in a negative way, like, oh, he didn't care about you, but just like when you're in that mind space, because I think I can see now your team is showing me, I'm so sorry. But that literally had nothing to do with you. And I know I can say that all day. You're going to carry that guilt or that shame. But until you release that, I'm going to tell you, and I'm just going to be, honesty never has to be brutal, but I'm going to be severely honest with you. It's not going to get better. Yeah. There's nothing you did that pushed him to that. He made that decision knowingly. One, either thinking you're a fool, or two, I'm so sorry to say this, he didn't care. And he wasn't for you. I'm going to give you some advice. and tell you what your team is telling me the exact same thing, because I'm asking them, can I give her this advice? And they're like, we were just going to say that. Don't take him back. Do not take him back. It will lead down years long, like toxic, possibly abusive mess that if you just get out now, the pain will eventually subside and you'll heal. Whereas if you take him back, it's going to be years before you get rid of him. And then you've wasted, I'm seeing probably like 5 years of your life. If somebody does that to you, they don't deserve you, period. There's no excuse for it. To me, cheating is absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry. Who's next?
Mark is next, and just so folks know, for some reason I keep getting booted out of chat. So, there you go.
Is Mark still here?
He said yes, he was here.
Okay, got you. I'm so happy to see so many new names. Yay. All right, Mark, what are we going to do with you, buddy? I'm going to use energy and spirit. It's true, though. I know it sounds crazy. I don't talk about it much, but it's just visions that I was shown. I can't get really into the Galactic Federation on here. It was literally used against me in court one time to try to make me look crazy. So I'm not going to say much more, but I know, baby. Life with Bobby, I know. I literally just saw it. Nobody can force you or tell you what to do. You're going to make the right decision that you feel is right for you. But do me a favor. Make the right decision. Don't make the decision that's going to feel the best right now, right? That's going to give you relief right now. That toxicity of he's back, he's love bombing you, everything's going to be fine, he's making the same old promises, because it just doesn't work that way. We look at it as, I'm giving him another chance. He's going to see that I'm loyal and that I love him enough to work through this. And do you know what, though? Toxic people like that, do you know what they're thinking? I got away with it. You deserve so much better. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's not just some cliche words that I'm throwing out. You deserve better. And you can have it, even if it doesn't seem like it now. So you have people to talk to in here. You have, I think, my phone number. Just text me. He's never going to have a moment of clarity, right? And I think that's the hardest thing for us to accept when we're in those situations. I've only had one relationship where I wasn't in that situation. Just one, my whole life. I have been cheated on and abused in some way every single relationship I've ever had. So I know how it feels. Mark, we're using energy and spirit. I'm sorry to say, but there is no hope. People change, but they change when they want to, not when they feel forced to or when they feel they have to. The changes, I can't say people don't change because I've changed. I've changed so much in the last 6 years, but you have to really want it. It's never going to be able to be like forced upon you. All right, Mark. Mark, I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Life with Bobby. Nomeo wants to know, does he blame you? Mark, you got card number 16, achievement, completion, and reward in the reverse. Yes, Adamar, absolutely. Adamar with the gems. People treat you how you let them. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Right? All right, Mark. The achievement card reverse signifies the coming of some frustration and agitation. There may be a delay of plans or a significant detour. In this position, the card is telling you to pull back and reevaluate your course of action. You may have to adjust your plans and shift your direction or take an entirely different path of action. Yes, this shift may bode well in terms of the outcomes you attract. In fact, if you stay too attached to a specific result, you may miss an important opportunity that leads to better places. If you're unsure how to redirect things, consult the Magi or the Angel of Inspiration, Raziel. Follow their guidance and your own intuition. Before you know it, the former frustration will turn into celebration. Your affirmation: I am willing to approach my goals with devotion and flexibility. I am divinely guided to my most beneficial outcome and happiest future. Oh, that's what narcissists do, honey. I'm called crazy all the time. All the time. I mean, I'm crazy in my own way, you know, but I know what's going on, you know. So, Mark, yeah, change of plans. Something you were really looking forward to here in the next few weeks. Either it just happened or it's about to happen, where like something you were expecting, something you kind of held your hat on, you were planning on, depending on, is not going to happen. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat and I got a little thrown off for a second. Sorry, Mark. So I feel like at first this is going to be very, very frustrating, but knowing you, Scott M., if you're here, please let us know you're next. Knowing you and how you are, I think you're going to, in the next couple of weeks, not right away, but like within a week or two, immediately realize, immediately within a week or two, realize that there's a lesson to be learned here. And the actual reason for why whatever this is didn't work out, like it's going to come to you somehow in the next couple of weeks that like, oh, wow, had that worked out, this never would have happened. And this is so much better. So whatever this is, as I've been saying pretty much all night, because it is a running theme, it's like this agitation, this frustration, this desperation for something to happen, for someone to follow through, to obtain or gain or achieve something, then it doesn't end up happening. And it's like, what the F? Like, I planned this to a T, or I already paid for this, or, you know, I depended on this. It's just not going to happen. It's not meant for you. But whatever is meant for you in place of that, in your case, Mark, because of how high you vibrate and how connected you are, you're going to immediately understand it. And it's still going to be hard. It's still going to be aggravating, but you're going to get through it very, very quickly, more quickly than most people, because you're going to recognize it for what it is. Scott M., last call. Then we're going to do Divine Empathic. Guys, please don't forget to donate, PayPal or Cash App, preferably. I really could use the donations. I am working, so. This green onyx is amazing. All right, I'm going to do Divine Empathic. Divine, I'm going to use the Oracle of Shadow and Light. Caldon, take me away. Guys, Halloween helper boxes. I got everything ready for them, so you just got to order them. If you want prices, email me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. And I'll give you the pricing. Shipping's always included. Anyone that's ever got a box from me will tell you it's well worth it. Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. Card number 20. Divine, hit me up. I've got so much cool stuff, all limited stock, limited edition. I've been picking up stuff for months to do these boxes. All right, not to mention fall scents. The Fairy of the Highlands does not want to fight. She feels it's not in her nature. She wants to resolve disputes peacefully, but she will fight if she must and if it comes to that. And she is showing you now that you too have the means to stand up for yourself, even though you have almost chronically avoided conflict and allowed others to take advantage of you. It's time to take up this sword, step into that part of yourself that knows how to take a stand, speak the truth, and not back down when the threat of conflict looms. It may seem unnatural and wrong and frightening, and this little fairy knows it, but it is time, and this giving up of what you have worked so hard for in order to avoid conflict or confrontation is no longer right. Take the stand, hold up the sword. The fairy of the highlands will be there with you, and when the threat is over, she will help you celebrate your victory. The fairy of the highlands speaks. Quote, see this, I don't know why I said quote, see this, my sword of power, I have long feared to use it, but now I must grow strong and take it up as you must too. The thought of wielding it, of hurting anyone or anything makes me sad, but I know what must be done, and I must learn to fight the good fight and stand up for what I believe in. Divine, although I have been told I must not be aggressive, in fact, I must now take up arms against this trouble and finish it for good. I'm going into battle, and for that I feel sorrow. But I will be fearless and strong and do what needs to be done. I may bathe my sword in tears, but I will no longer hold it back when the threat that approaches relies on my fear for its victory. I will no longer give away my power so easily. This time, I will take back what's mine. Divination message. It's the time of truce is over. It's time to speak your truth and to be strong. Divine people have been taking over your ground, wanting what you have worked so hard for without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful and peaceable nature. But enough is enough. Sad as it is time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken so much, and now you'll go into battle. Yes, it's sad. Yes, the Highland Fairy is sad for you, but do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self-protection. Honor yourself, raise your sword, and do not back down. Wendy and Katie, when he comes back, we got to remind him. Divine, I'm not surprised with the readings you've been getting the past couple of weeks. I am not surprised at all that this card popped up. Taking someone to court, suing someone, literally fighting. I don't mean really fist fighting, but I mean like, I feel this battle of wits. Like someone is always trying to one-up you. They're trying to make you feel like you're not doing the right thing. They're trying to make you feel like you're small. I do feel like it could be your ex still coming after you, still jealous of your success, still hating and despising the fact that he no longer has that effing control. He can no longer abuse you. He can no longer hurt you. Right? I don't feel good about this. I feel like he has something planned and it could be something dangerous for you. I just said it. I knew it. I knew it. Try to get me to text argue. So, okay. I want to warn you again. I warned you about him before. Please. I don't know. Like what I'm actually seeing is like, I don't even want to say this. So this could be taken literally, but it could be like just him being all in your business. I do see him in your home, like when you're not there. I'm not saying he's actually doing this. It could be something he's planning on doing, or he's like judging you for your house. I just, please be careful with this guy. Make sure you have locks on your door. Make sure, your phone's next to the bed. Like, I'm not trying to scare you. I would never do that, but I have to give you the messages as they come in. The more you ignore this, the more you avoid the conflict and confrontation, like you're doing so much better. You're growing and you're aligning with your path. You're doing so amazing. But that lack of control, that lack of control is infuriating him. The rage I am feeling in my chest right now is almost like overwhelming. Like I am just Gemma smash. And it's his. Please be careful. You had to, he stole a key. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I see it. Watch he doesn't do that again. And I don't know if you have to like call the school, let them know he's not able to pick up your daughter. I feel him doing that. There's something big that he's planning to try to use her to hurt you. You know what you have to do. I mean, when it comes to your kid, I know you're a mama bear. I know you personally, just as a mother, like, what do you mean, Smoochie? You're a squatch in this life, aren't you? I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm only joking. Lightworker, I'm sorry. I always call you Lightworker. Divine, please be careful. Okay? Please be careful. Yeah, Andrew. Yes. See what I mean? You guys are all knowers. I'm telling you, you're all seers. Divine says, makes sense. I just signed a form on that and he canceled a visit with her because I wouldn't hear him out because he's not sober and he's trying to act like he is. Don't put her in that situation. You know, like you know this. Just watch he doesn't try to take her and watch he doesn't break into your home. Bam, Mom, I was ready to summon you like Beetlejuice. Who's next?
Mike J.
Mike J, we're using deep, dark, and dangerous. Guys, get it together. Oh, Wendy and Katie would like to be on the list now, please. You're reading. You wanted one, right? Ghost, are you good? You've got like a stressed out look.
Fine, good? Just keep going. Adam and Celebrate, you're next too, okay?
Adam and Celebrate. I got you.
And I thought you wanted a reading, Mike.
Yeah, he does. Divine, it could be a war. Stand your ground, girl. But just know the more you do that, the more angry he's going to get. And I do feel him doing something out of desperation. As someone, and I don't want to say too much about it because I'm actually judged on this in my personal life. I'm judged on it. I did something similar, separated. There was no child involved and ended up in a basement for 4 months. Like, be very careful in this situation, please. Okay, so we're going to just throw cards now? That's cool. Yeah, he looks stressed, right? I know he's got a couple little things going on, but... I'm just shuffling. I'm waiting for Adam and Celebrate to answer. I probably ran them away with my incessant yapping, but it is what it is. You got Anubis, Mike, the card of respect, card number 25. It is a dark card. All right, baby dragon, I got you. Divine, thank you. I'm totally over it. He died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 33 back in like 2020. You know, I'm sorry, but not sorry. But I'm just letting you know, like, please be careful because I've been there, okay? And it is more dangerous than you think it is. Nobody realized because whenever I would go back with him, I'd go back and forth. I wouldn't be allowed to talk to anybody. And it would be months and months and months before anyone would hear from me. So when I ended up there, they all just thought I got back together with him when I went to, instead of picking up my stuff, that he had talked me into getting back together. And that's why nobody had heard from me. Nobody even knew. So please, I do not want to see anything like that happen. Mike, take special care and pay attention to detail right now in all aspects of your life. Respect yourself and respect others. Take the time to guide someone who needs it. You may not like someone, but you can respect their humanity or even their skills. Offer compassion and respect to the dead. Mike, the Egyptian gods can appear a fearsome bunch. To our eyes, perhaps Anubis with his jackal head looks fearsome, but this is not the truth. While, yes, actual jackals do move among the graveyards and clear the bodies of the dead from the desert sands, this jackal god takes great care of the tender new souls who have passed into the afterlife. When you travel down into the womb-like environment of many tombs in ancient Egypt, the gods seem to live and breathe in the artful storytelling upon the earthen walls. Among them always is the dark, majestic jackal head, signifying the presence of Anubis, god of the underworld and mummification. After preparing the bodies by guiding the embalmer's hands, Anubis travels side by side with the dead to have their souls weighed against Mat, a goddess representing truth and justice, as recorded in the Book of the Dead. When the cult of the god Osiris grew stronger in the later Middle Kingdom, Osiris took over many of Anubis's jobs as caretaker and protector of the dead. Thereafter, his mythos became more focused on the specific embalming methods and mummification process. Death is something that will happen to all of us sooner or later. The fear of losing our life, of death itself, is something very human, yet Anubis, with his calm and respectful presence, may be there to shepherd our souls across the divide. To honor him, we can offer the usual stones, frankincense, and gold. However, leaving a respectful gift on a stranger's grave may be a better way to show the heart of the god himself. I want to make so much money that I can go into cemeteries and clean the graves of the spirits that I see. That is one of my ultimate goals as well. So your plant companion is frankincense, very, very easy to find. And your crystal companion is one of my absolute favorites, if not my favorite. It is smoky quartz. So Mike J, I do feel like there's so much conflict in these readings tonight. There could be a small, I don't see it as being anything like major, like with divine. I just feel like there's a small conflict between you and someone that's possibly younger than you. It may not even be a conflict. It might just be you don't like this person or you get a bad feeling about them. In the next couple of weeks, possibly 2 weeks to a month, I feel like someone younger than you is going to be coming to you for advice or looking up to you, looking at you for some sort of guidance. Whether they're doing it on purpose or whether you notice that they're doing it, it's like you're setting an example. And I feel like you set a great example, but there's something about this situation that it's like you don't want to take part. So I don't know what this is. The fact of the matter is, even when we don't care for people, even when people make us uncomfortable, we can all like relate to the fact that they're a spirit in a human body. They're a human being, right? Just being and doing. The universe is saying that here it is. Don't let your first reaction, Don't let your first reaction towards someone be how you treat them. So for example, a first impression could be really bad. In the next couple of weeks, I'm not saying indefinitely, because first impressions, like if you don't like someone, your instinct is telling you not to, you should definitely stay away. But in the next couple of weeks, that's not so. I feel like there's someone around you that you're going to get like a bad feeling about, or they're going to give off a bad impression. I feel like they're just nervous. They're just having a bad day. You should give this person another chance because you can learn from them, and they are definitely looking to learn from you. This person needs guidance. I'm getting like the lost soul type of feeling. So I don't know if it's like a young kid whose like parents are messed up and they just happen to know you, or if it's like a godchild or a grandchild. It could possibly be like one of your kids and like their partner. I don't know if they have spouses or boyfriends, but there's like something putting you off about someone. And I am getting a male energy. Okay. Could be a female with a lot of male in their chart, but I don't think so. I do think this is a younger male who like you kind of really don't like, but you definitely have to put up with in the coming weeks. And I feel like you'll create maybe some sort of bond, or at the very least a mutual understanding and respect. And you'll no longer have the conflict there. It's going to be resolved, but you have to take the first step. And I do feel like I'm seeing above on the right side. So the right side for me is paternal, which is always male. Left side would be female. I'm seeing it over here, and you're up here and they're down here. Not related. It's just weird the way I see it. Not related, but connected. I hope that makes sense. Who's next? So Adam didn't answer, really? Because he was so excited. Okay.
I didn't really have to move a whole lot of people because some are not answering, and
I got you.
I mean, they really wouldn't have to wait that long. So, Smoochie.
Really? Already? Smoochie, I'm going to use Elque. Guys, please don't forget to support the YouTube shorts that I do. I just put out second week of October, the 1 minutes. You are so welcome, Mike J. And on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the introduction and 3 chapters of my book, Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. But then at noon, we're going to have a short video on toxic positivity, because later in the week, I'm going to do a solo stream. Ghost might be there. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do there during the day, where we're going to talk about toxic positivity. So if you watch that short video and have any questions about it, you want to hear more about it, you have something to add, come into the live stream. I'm not sure when we're going to do it yet. I have to kind of look at my schedule, see what's going on, but we will be doing a live stream, another one besides afternoon talk in the afternoon at some point towards the end of next week, where we're going to talk about the video toxic positivity. Did I get ice cream? I have ice cream in my fridge. It's cookies and cream Ripple. It's RJ's favorite. All right, Miss Smoochy Girl. Hey, Josephine, welcome. Smoochy, you got Minatili. They have all these names in here, but no Gemma. And they don't have my government name either. She who remains, powerful, devotion, and true worth. Oh, yeah. I'm like, why is he asking me that? Yes, I definitely did. I got all of the goodies. I'm a total gummy bear mom. I'm not an almond mom. Thank you, Wendy. I really do appreciate that so much. Every little bit counts and every little bit helps. Like, I know you guys work so hard for your money. So if you guys give me anything, I'm just so grateful. Hey, Josephine, I hope you're well, sweetie. I was worried about your, Kamala, really? I was worried about your reading last week. So I'm kind of glad you're here so we can see what's going on this week. Manatili, Makita. It goes from Kamala to Makita. Where is Manatili? Oh, there it is. Hey, Netter. Better late than pregnant. I mean, better late than never. Never late is better. Smoochie, Manatili, she who remains, sits on her crystal throne with her lynx beside her. Kind of looks like you, Smoochie. Her gown shows her connection to the ice dragon. Her truth of self keeps her warm against the icy stares of naysayers, and her gaze is as cool as she surveys her snow-covered kingdom. Oh, Batmom, great question. Many of her subjects have left the wintry wilderness for less austere places. At any time, she too could have left her kingdom for other realms, but she is devoted to the ideals her reign represents. Her rule may seem like a lonely one to some, but it's not to her. She knows how powerful a single person can be. This card's lesson is to stay true to your purpose even when others don't support it, or you. Your true worth is not measured by the number of people who agree with you. People will come and go from your life, but have faith that you have the power to attract those who appreciate your gifts. Remember the lesson of this lady. Love yourself first, Smoochie, and love yourself best. Those who remain by your side will be worthy of your affection. Your true worth is yours alone. How do you feel most powerful right now? Who supports you and is worthy of your friendships? What ideals do you need to devote yourself to? Yeah, you know what, Batmom? I'm going to take a potty break in a couple of minutes and I will text her. So, Smoochie girl, I do feel your struggle and I feel your pain, right? Every time I read for someone, I pick up. That is exactly what I did not want to happen. I pick up on their energy. Blue said he wasn't feeling it tonight. He was really tired and he didn't want a reading. He stopped in, but he had like an aggravated energy. And I'm streaming, so I'll talk to him after. But he's good. He stopped in, at least hit the like and said hi. Kirby's, I definitely will. If you want a reading, let us know, because I feel like you should have gone already, but I don't think you answered when we had called you. So if you want your reading, if you want your reading, sweetie, let us know. And I will. I'm doing a deep investigation. So, all right, Smoochie, you are not realizing how effing badass you are and how powerful you are. I feel like you're allowing something or someone to take your power away. Now, this could be an addiction, a compulsion. It could be an obsession. There's something here that it's like you're focusing so much on and you feel that you desperately need, when in actuality, like, you're so powerful on your own. And all this, whatever this is or whoever it is, but I do feel it's a something. So it could be online shopping, drugs, alcohol, anything that dims your light. Like, you're so adamant that like this is going to make you feel better, but at the end of the day, you know that that's not true. And I don't want to call you out, right? I'm not here to indict you or judge you or air your ass out. I'm just seeing so much pain, and it's like you're not dealing with it. You're just pretending like it's not happening and like escaping. Smoochie, I don't know what the solution is to or in your situation. But what I do know is that you are really powerful, meaning you have a great power of persuasion. You're beautiful. You have an amazing light. You have an amazing sense of humor. There's only 9 people in here. Dang. You're totally and completely unaware of your self-worth. You don't know how amazing you are, how incredible you are. Natty, big smiley face. At the end of the day, though, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to indict you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not judging you. I think we should all do what we want to do. But I will tell you this, that addiction, let's call it an addiction, that dependence is going to like be the ruin of you. Because I feel like you're not getting things done. You're not moving into alignment. You're not elevating spiritually. You're kind of just there. And I do feel loneliness and like emptiness. I feel like you're not getting the companionship that, you know, you want to be getting. You're in something very toxic, and I totally get that. What the universe wants you to do is branch out, reach out, put yourself out there, expose yourself, right? Not that way. Smoochie's the wrong one to say expose yourself to. Okay, so just be who you are and let that attract what it attracts and let it repel what it repels. Don't try to hold on to what and or whoever your energy is repelling. They are not supposed to be there. That's why they're not there. I just want you to feel your power. I want you to feel your sadness, your loneliness, your emptiness, your pain. And I want you to transmute it into something amazing because you have the power to do that. And I know you're joking, but I really don't think deep down, in all honesty, that you recognize your potential and the potential of your life. What is now doesn't have to always be. The power of what was. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Who's next?
Wendy and Katie.
I have pumpkins, skulls, boogos, bats, and spideys. And webs. I have webs as well. Like I said, I would never wear this out in public, but because you can only see from here up, I feel good about it. I didn't hear what he said. Did he say Wendy and Katie? Katie first? Yes,
Wendy and Katie, who doesn't matter. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm totally not indicting you because I get it. I'm there too. People always tell me, like, you're beautiful, you're amazing, thank you for your help, you know, you're awesome, you're cool, and I just look in the mirror and think, sometimes I do look in the mirror and think I'm awesome, but most of the time I just think like I'm a failure, I'm a loser. We all have these feelings. It's just a matter of like what we do with them. And I'm determined to transmute everything negative that ever happened to me and that happens to me now into something positive, incredible, and something where I can get to the point where I can just go to Patterson and hand bums money and clean gravestones. Like, I have all these things I want to do for humanity that cost money, and like I don't have it right now, but I will get there one day. So you need to find your purpose. Hey, Sweet Pea, what's up? Okay, Miss Katie girl, I forgot who you were for a sec. Let me just pick the right deck. Hold on a minute. All right, we're going to do Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So listen, with this deck, you'll get something like Venus and Aries, right? Or Aries and Venus, I mean. That doesn't mean in your chart your Venus is in Aries. It just means that that is the energy coming through to you for the next couple of weeks. Oh, really? Nice. Is your name actually Katie, or is that like a nickname? Because I know, like, I have a little sister, I call her baby sister. She's like 27 years old. Probably, yeah, she's like 27 years old now. Wow. Her name's Kathleen. And sometimes people call her Katie. She goes by Kathleen, but Catherine. Okay. But people will call her Katie. Like my government name, people always want to change it because it's the short form of another name. So my name is like another name's nickname. So people always want to call me the full name, and it's just that's not my name. All right, girl, let's see what's up. Oh, adopt unwanted animals. Yes. I have something, I'll admit it. It's actually a thing. It's called cute aggression. It's when people see adorable animals and they're so like, I just want to like, right? It's not good. It's very toxic, but it's the reason like I don't have pets because I just want to, not in a bad way, but it is something. It's called cute aggression. And it made me feel a lot better when I understood what it is. I talked to my doctor about it. I'm like, why do I want to literally kick puppies? He's like, actually, that's perfect. That's actually like pretty normal. It's cute aggression. Like you would never actually do it, but you just want to like squeeze the cute out of them. I think people who are compelled to take care of animals are angels. Because I think dogs and cats specifically, but animals in general are angelic. All right, let's do Katie's reading here. Weenie, oh no. Wendy was one of the names my parents considered. And Karen. My dad really wanted to name me Karen. Oh, okay. I'm not going to take that because I didn't fall properly. Come on, let's get a card for her, please. This is for Miss Katie girl. Deers. Oh my God, that's so crazy. When I swear the thought in my head, Katie, and I'm not surprised when I was talking about animals being angelic, I literally envisioned a deer walking toward me because I have them in my yard. Girl, I'm telling you, once we get on video, it's going to be something. Yeah, Smoochie, it was Karen, Candy, Wendy, and then I ended up named after one of my aunts. All right. Yeah, I swear I envisioned when I said animals are angelic, I envisioned a deer. I don't know why I envisioned a deer, but I did, and you just said that. I know, guys. First of all, my ex, the basement guy, his mom's name was Karen. Can't stand her. Looked like Martha Stewart. And then my husband's ex-wife, her name is Karen. Smoochie, did you hear me actually say my name? Don't do that. Card number 11, you got, what? I don't know the little symbols yet, so bear with me. So this is Mercury in Aquarius. Aries didn't come from Venus. My Aries is actually in Venus, of course. Sorry, but y'all know I need my nicotine. Wendy, I had an encounter recently with a dear woman. Yes, Smoochie, because of so many new people, I just decided not to do that anymore. Those of you who know. She kept coming, but she wouldn't cross the creek. Like I have a brook that runs through my yard. It's beautiful. It attracts the deer. It attracts bears. She would come right to where I could see her through my window, but she would not cross the water. So I talked to Ryan about it. And I'm sorry, I just blanked for a minute. I was reading the chat. He talked me into going and speaking with this spirit energy, this, I would call her a Fae guardian. And she comes around, I found out, when there are unfaithful men in the area. And she came around, I don't mean to be gross, but like at my time of the month, every month. It was so crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you more about it when we speak privately. Let's do this. Katie, the thoughts of Mercury Aquarius people are constantly open to new experiences and ways of seeing things. Those with such revolutionary minds display an ability to be unbiased, truthful, and objective. They have little time for traditional socially acceptable ideas that conflict or that conflict with the facts or firsthand experience. The ability of such people to turn ideas on their head and see situations from a new angle produces flashes of inspiration and great originality. The Aquarian's freshness of thought owes a lot to the fact that little surprises him or her. People with this aspect teach well and learn well, but above all, require good mental stimulation. I hope Lara's okay. The ability of Mercury Aquarians to see ideas in the broadest terms leads to a great interest in humanitarianism and an urge to seek a better life for all less fortunate people. I wonder where my Mercury is. I think it's in Aries. Mercury Aquarians also display a constant interest in the innovative, especially new technology, and it's not unusual for them to have some ability in this field. A concern with scientific investigation is of paramount importance to this character type and leads Mercury Aquarians into unorthodox disciplines that would worry more conservative beings. The negative aspect of this combination is eccentricity taken to the extreme, when ideas become so outlandish that there's no basis for communication. When this card is drawn, it demands the questioner take a lateral view and find a new approach. A new approach, an idea that necessitates drastic change, an unusual research result, a shock announcement, an invention, innovation. Okay. So I do think there's a couple things here, Katie, that I want to talk to you about. The first one is, oh my God, I cannot believe I just lost it. I've got so much running through my mind, guys. Just give me 1 sec. I'm so sorry this happened, but I need to be on point. There was something in here that triggered something in my head. So let's find it again. And again, I do apologize, but bear with me. It's for a good cause. No, what are we doing? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, I don't have time for this. There we go. Okay, got it. So there's definitely something coming in, like something that is going to shock you, right? An announcement or what's the word? Just like someone telling you something, right? It's going to be like, holy poop, really? And it's going to shift your perception in something or of someone. It's going to shock you. I feel like something is happening. You are definitely transitioning more into your power, which is something as soon as I get a few extra minutes, we're going to talk about and discuss, right? People are going to shun you. And we've talked about this before, but I see that it's still going on, whether you realize it or not. As you move into your ability, sometimes you're not going to be able to control it. You're going to know things about people without knowing how you know. For example, you shake someone's hand and you know that they're having an affair. You give someone a hug and you know that they just robbed a bank. I mean, I'm being facetious, but these are the things that's going on. No, it's not bad news. I just feel like it's going to be news that you're going to be like, okay, now I've got to go and change this because you thought something was one way and it's a completely different way. You've been misinformed. I feel like, my little sweet pea, that your male cousin is pregnant. Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's not go there. Let's not go there in 2024. But it is something like that. It's something so outlandish that like you couldn't have prepared for this. It's not bad news. I feel like it's just something that's going to be like, damn, now I've got to go like reconfigure this. I feel like in the next couple of weeks, the energy coming in is like, you're very on point, right? You're like checking off all the boxes, either literally or figuratively. It's like, all right, I said I was going to do this. You're very diligent. You're being very studious in some area of your life. Again, the more you move into your ability, and I see this happening a lot in the next couple of weeks, be very careful what you take in and what you take on. Now, you can use black tourmaline, black obsidian, smoky quartz, a combination of the three to kind of ward off negativity. Keep it in. I keep mine in my bra. Now, some people are allergic, like Bat Mom got a rash from putting it in her bra. So keep it. I always believe it should be touching your skin. Do an allergy test though, please. If you can get more than one tumble, black tourmaline specifically, put it like in between your mattress and your box spring, one in your bra, one in your car, one in your purse. I would say get 5 or 6 and work with them. This is to stop you picking up so much. I mean, imagine the shock. And this used to happen to me. I believe Lara has the same issue where like you just brush up against someone and it's like in the movies. This is going to start happening with you. Crystal girl. Good. You need 5 or 6 tumbles of black tourmaline. Even if they're tiny, it doesn't matter. Keep them around and always have one touching your skin. If you have some kind of allergy to it, maybe put it on a necklace. This is black amethyst, by the way. But this came on a very long chain. I shortened it. As the months progress, now that you're aware, see, I think you always knew deep down that something was different with you, that you had some ability, but I feel like it did scare you, right? I remember watching The Craft and being scared of it because I knew that I could do a lot of those things without trying. And that's scary, right? Being a natural witch, because witch has such a stigma. I know, Batmom, I'm so sorry. I had no idea people could be allergic. Oh my gosh, for 12 months, Divine Empathic, thank you. That is amazing. Yay. I didn't forget the members. There's stuff coming. Don't worry. More spiritual stuff. So, Katie, use black tourmaline. Work with it to block. Remember the message earbud. She's picking up more awareness. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So what I was saying was it was scary, but now that you know, I validated for you that, okay, you are different, but here's what's actually going on. It's not a scary thing anymore. Now it's a thing of excitement, right? Get some black tourmaline, baby girl, please. Even like I said, one tumble touching your skin at all times. And then when you go to bed at night, put it in between your mattress and your box spring. I say 5 or 6 if you can get them. I have a local crystal store, so it's easy for me. It's not easy for everybody. Please, just the little tumbles. That's fine. Thank you, Divine. Thank you so much. Please be careful and keep me posted what's going on in your situation. You know, if you need help or in trouble, just let me know. I'm so sorry. That's a major situation though. So I feel like now, like it's exciting. It's something maybe that you want to work with. Just hold out a couple more weeks, maybe literally 2 weeks. I can get you on a video call and we can start going through this process. Until then, protect yourself because you're going to be picking up a lot. Here's the big secret though. When you pick it up, if you want to like share it with your mom, that's fine. The hardest thing is to not tell. I'm going to give you an example. You're at a family dinner for your birthday, just say, with your aunt and uncle, your family's there. You give your aunt a hug, you give your uncle a hug, and you immediately know that your uncle is sleeping with your other aunt. What do? You don't want to know that. What the F is that? Like, you know what I mean? What I want to teach you is how, when you're out in public or around people, to physically block them. And the way I do it, when you walk down the street, toxic, negative, demonic, lower vibrational people will literally cross the street to avoid you. Because even though there's nothing tangible that you can see there, their spirit or whatever's attached to them will see it and it will immediately move away. We're going to work on that. That's the first thing. But until we can do that, work with the black tourmaline. Andrew, thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Thank you. Don't blurt stuff out. If you need to get it out, talk to your mom. You're going to know things that you have no control over, that you can do nothing about. And I know this is a long reading and I'm sorry, but I also know you're a young woman and you need this guidance right now, right? I wish that someone would have guided me in this way. It's going to be hard knowing those things and not being able to do anything about it. But unfortunately, in the next couple weeks, I feel like that's a lesson you're going to have to learn. I just want to say, I was the one who told your mom about Gemma. I accept candy. Oh, that's right. I forgot about, I've known Wendy for a while. I keep thinking you're new. All right, let's move on. Any questions, you can always text me. You know that. I know it takes me a while, but I do get back to y'all. Wendy is next. Wendy, I'm going to use myths and mermaids. You guys are amazing. Wendy, that's the thing. That's where the crystals will come in handy. I don't always show you guys. Oh, you're so welcome, Katie. Anytime, please. I want to help. I really do. I want you to be strong and powerful in your ability, not scared of it, and not allowing yourself to be judged by it. You'll find the right group. Trust me, you will. I don't always show you guys, but I always have a crystal that I'm working with that week. I put it on my yoga mat. I carry it around. It's usually smaller than this, but I just got this beautiful green onyx as a gift from Arisha. I read for her and she sends me little gifts off my wish list or things she just picks up. It's so beautiful. The energy of it is amazing. You're so welcome, Divine. Go do your thing. Lodestones. Oh, absolutely it is. But you're at, like, I love that you're young, because you can take this and grow into something so amazing. You would have anyway, but just like extra, because you're going to be self-aware. I'm going to make sure of it. Your mom's making sure of it now. You already have an amazing head on your shoulders. So I think it's going to be fairly easy for you to just accept what I say, try out what I say, and see what works for you. I'll give you things to try out that you may say, Gems, I don't really feel comfortable in that. And that's okay. But that's why we're going to work together. I'm actually very excited to do it. I'm excited because I feel like when I was your age, if I had had someone like me, like that was willing to do that, and I want to be that person for you. I think it could be so helpful. Otherwise, you could end up going through life like I did and being terrified and using drugs and on all the, looking for love in all the wrong places because you feel so judged and indicted all the time. I don't want that for you. And that could happen to anybody, Guys, thank you so much for the donations. You have no idea how much they help right now. All right, let's get through this. I might actually have some time for Fortnite. All right. Miss Wendy, you got the jewels. Ouch, octopus. I actually pulled this card for myself this week. It was. And can I just say, like, I'll talk to you more about this privately, so it's not on the channel, and I don't mean to trigger anyone, but religion does play into this, and that could be a scary thing for you guys. I don't know where you stand on religion, but I will talk to you about that, and you guys choose the path. I'll tell you the path I'm on, why I chose that path. We have a lot to talk about that I think you guys haven't even considered yet, but I'm open to you guys being like, nah, we're not comfortable with that, and we'll move on to something else. I'm never a person who's going to force something down your throat, push you into anything. I can just tell you my experience, what I suggest. If you don't want to work with that suggestion, we move on to the next one. It's really that simple, I promise. But that's something we would talk about privately, where that comes into play. The religious knowledge, the extraterrestrial knowledge, the random, it does have deep and very significant meaning. And I'll help you to understand that. And that's why, Wendy, I want you to be there. She's a minor, number one. But number two, I want you to hear it as long as she's comfortable with it, so that you can help her. So it's not just her on her own dealing with all this, because it does become a lot. And if it ever becomes too much, you tell me and we take a break. I mean, I'm excited. Nuts. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. I guess I got like this mental, never mind. Okay. Miss Wendy, a dazzling show of gilded glass can mask the tasteless, foul, and crass. Who knows what beastly mass confusion lies beneath such fine illusions? This glitzy, opulent charade, a glib attempt at masquerade, has fooled a wiser girl than me and left her swimming, lost at sea. Why hope for anything but lies from him, the master of disguise? A pretty girl shows her attraction to an octopus, clearly drawn in by the gold jewels and colorful gemstones dripping from his limber frame. So mesmerizing is his costume, she is oblivious to what might be lying beneath his surface. Yeah. I plead the fifth. Divination message. Look beneath the surface. Wendy, be careful, my friend. Not everyone around you is as they seem. Not all that glitters is gold. Not every bright bubble is priceless treasure as it first appears. You may have recently encountered someone charming whose flashy facade draws people in. But remember, Wendy, that's all it is. It's just a facade. You must look beneath the surface to see the true value of a person, and like the jewel's octopus, your new acquaintance just might be hiding behind a dazzling disguise. So, you guys are so sweet. I love you all so much. Okay, next is Batmom, Baby Dragon, Josephine Van Dam. So, someone's wearing a mask. Someone is deceiving you. And they're doing it beautifully. I feel like you're drawn in. Even if you're not like connected, like if you understood what this person really was or who this person really was, their energy, and backed off, they're not fully gone yet. They're going to come creeping back in. I do feel this could be romantic, Wendy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Somebody is trying to draw you in, I believe, romantically, but it could also be literally anything else. Someone is putting on a show for you. They want you to, I don't know, work for them, be with them, sleep with them, give them money, invest in them or their business. They are full of poop, like so full of poop, it's rushing out their nose. But for some reason, you don't see it. They've managed to convince you that they got their stuff together, that they're good for you. You know, I don't really know what else to say, Wendy, except now you know, right? Now you know that this person is not good. Like, this person is trying to embroil you into some sort of scheme or get you under their control. Like, they're just not a good person. I honestly feel like your daughter's going to notice this first if she hasn't already. Please, like, I don't like this person. I mean, no offense or anything, but it's just going to end up being very toxic, very painful for you. And you could end up losing, I keep seeing money in the mix. You could end up losing like your home, your money, definitely your sense of self-worth. There's a lot of control here that this person wants to kind of push on you. Again, it could be romantic, but it could also be someone coming in trying to romance you. They're definitely trying to romance you into something, whether it's romance or, again, giving money or something. Somebody is definitely trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And I feel like without this warning, it definitely would have worked. They are very good at what they do. Great manipulator. Don't fall into their trap. And honestly, if you get a weird feeling about someone, just ask Katie. Tell Katie to shake their hand or tell Katie to just randomly like say hi to them. She'll pick up on the energy. Even if she doesn't understand it, that's actually a good way to work with this. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Let me see who he said was next. Oh, who's
Bat
next?
Mom.
Bat Mom. I'm using Halloween.
And Josephine, if you're listening, you're after Bat Mom.
Yes, Nomeo. Yes, I remember wearing them. I was the Care Bear for like my 3rd birthday, and we had to wear those masks where like the string always popped in the back. All right, Bat Mom, let's see what's going on here. I knew this card. I swear, every time I know a card's going to come out, I don't say anything, and I should because it comes out. So you got the Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. Kirby's, did you want a reading? How far are we from timestamps, Ghost?
Actually, just a couple people away. You got Josephine. If New England wants to read it, you got my daughter. After you're doing this, then my daughter, then Josephine, then if New England wants a reading, and then your timestamps.
Okay, cool. I'm going to timestamp Mom.
Yeah,
you
of
just
course.
tell me when it is. New England, well, you don't need one. Do you want one? You will have your October personal next week. You're one of the last 2 I've got to do. All right, Bat Mom, you got the Vampire, the deepest, the coldest, the craving of the blood, the hole never filled, the longing like a flood. Whilst there are almost uncountable examples of vampires in literature, movies, and games, somehow the archetype of the blood-hunting, night-stalking, and somewhat elegant creature keeps being reinvented to seduce yet another generation. Although the beautiful and somewhat desirable vampire form doesn't really begin to enter the public consciousness until the mid-1800s, the idea of a human feeding upon the very stuff of life is very much older. The Egyptians, Sumerians, Indians, and the Balkan people all have mythos containing vampire-like creatures. The vampire is an interesting figure because it is both horrifying and desirable. Having someone want us so much that they desire to be that closely linked with us does feel good, until we realize after that there's nothing much left for us to give. The vampire is an interesting figure because it is both horrifying and desirable. Having someone want, I said that already. Most of us have heard of the concept of emotional vampirism, the idea that people feed off of our energy and our goodwill and take advantage of us through manipulation and their incessant neediness. Should the vampire card appear in your reading, it may indicate that you are being drained in this way and the time has come for stronger boundaries. We need to be very aware of what gives us energy in our lives and what takes energy away. Bat Mom, we need to be aware of needing people to need us and why we invite people like this into our homes, workplaces, and lives. If indeed we have them around us, developing the emotional intelligence within ourselves helps us defend against this kind of emotional and psychic attack and enables us to foster healthy, equal relationships of all kinds. Oh, Mike, I want one so bad, but they're expensive. I've got like $5 to my name. I'm going to get one though. They're on Amazon. It's actually in my wish list. I'm going to grab it. I just want to read it. Bat Mom, what you doing, girl? I mean, no indictment and judgment. I'm kind of only half serious, but like, you know better. Don't you know better? There is someone in your life that is draining you. And I feel like you're allowing it because to you, it's love, it's desire, right? Whether they're trying to control you, manipulate you, cheating, beating, overeating, whatever it is that they're doing, if there are drugs involved, alcohol involved, you know, whatever the case may be here, there's this radical acceptance from you where like, you know, it's wrong, but you don't care enough to stop it because then you'd have to be lonely or alone. Right? This is the universe telling you that you're going to have nothing left soon and you're going to lose everything. Whoever this person is, it's kind of like what I said to Wendy, but this is like triple, like gazillion times that. You've already let this person in. There has to be someone. It could be a thing. I don't know much about your personal life, and even if I did, I wouldn't put it out there. But if you want to think of addictions, bad habits, compulsions, something that is taking from your energy, something that you're overly focused on, something that you feel you desperately need. So it could actually be a thing. This is the universe warning you that something's going to happen that's going to radically change this, where you're going to be forced out of this desire, out of this companionship, this relationship. Again, whether it's with a person or a thing. I don't know what this could possibly be. I do know, though, that it's dangerous. I keep hearing it could end your life. So I don't know if that actually means you could die because I don't know what it is, or if it means like it's going to cause such great major change in the worst possible way. You're losing life force. You're losing essence, soul pieces. There's some kind of thing here, some dependence. I don't know. And even if I did, I'd say I don't know because I'm not going to out you, but I really don't know. If there's something or someone you feel like you absolutely can't live without, it's going to drain you. You are on the verge of total drainage, right? Your cup is completely empty. Nobody is filling it. You're not filling it. Bat Mom, step into your power and just, as best as you can, disconnect, even if it's over time. I don't want to say much more. This is very vampiric, though, and it is not good. Eris sneaks in. Who's next? Thank you, Nutslap. Oh, I just totally messed up my hair. Mike, I think it was Mike or Andrew. One of you guys, what was the book one of y'all told me? Something Aradia? Was it The Gospel of Aradia? Because I want to... Yeah, Bat Mom, I do know what it is. I'll text you. I want to get it on Audible if they have it. All right, who's next? I'm sorry.
Go ahead and do Josephine. My daughter's been busy with her mother right now.
Okay. Oh, Arabian Nights. That was supposed to be a really good book too. The Gospel of Aradia. Is this what we're doing? Don't do that again. If we have to timestamp Ashley, that's fine. I'm going to check it out, see if they have it on Audible. Wendy Williams. That's actually a viral sound. Everyone is singing it. Guys, please don't forget to go into my YouTube shorts and watch them. They're between 4 seconds and a minute. That's all of your life you have to give. If you watch them, let them play in the background. I don't care, but it means so much to me and it helps. I got 40,000 views on one of them. Smoochie, the one that freaked you out and caused all that chaos. I got 40,000 views on that short and counting. The more you guys watch them and like them, the more they're pushed out into YouTube. And I take a lot of time with them. Just because they're a minute long, that doesn't mean it took a minute to film them. Some of them it does, but most of them, like 2 of them I did today, I had to take like 50 takes. They make you laugh. That's the point. That is the point. I want you guys to be like, what is this crazy chick up to today? It's just me being me. It's me letting loose, letting who I really am shine, and being goofy and silly, because that is who I am. And I've suppressed that part of me for so long that it feels so good to do the shorts, like the Eminem Just Lose It windmill. As that's a viral dance, believe it or not. It's viral. So I had to do it. And I did it with my wig on because I thought it would be funny to mess the wig up. Thank you. I'm glad you said that, because that is the point. Oh, thank you, Nutslap. Yeah, I'm going in alphabetical order. So I think Mississippi is next. All right, Miss Josephine. Everyone keeps being like, do this state, but I'm actually just going in alphabetical order. You got the constellation Orion, the hunt. Here it is. Card number 17, Josephine. Oh, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. That rhymed. You must be careful who you hunt with. In other words, be very mindful who influences you. It is positive to sustain focus on what you may wish to experience or obtain, but not at the cost of your virtue or the safety of others. You must use your strength for good. Josephine, Orion was a handsome son of Poseidon, some say a mighty giant as well. An expert hunter armed with a magical and unbreakable club, he was often accompanied by hunting dogs. There are many stories of Orion, some conflicting in that he was painted as either a positive figure or an evil protagonist. The latter often involving Orion chasing or even essaying women and other deities. In one mythos, Artemis, who sometimes hunted with Orion, killed him after he R-worded one of her handmaidens. In another mythos, the 7 sisters of the Pleiades were his target until Zeus saved them by placing them up in the sky. The Pleiades can be still seen out. The Pleiades can be seen still out running his attentions in space. It rubs the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. The story we will focus on here, though, is that of Gaia, the great primordial goddess of Earth, who learned Orion had boasted that he could hunt and kill every animal on Earth. This, of course, could not be tolerated by Gaia, and she sent the fearsome Scorpius to kill Orion. Both Orion and Scorpius were raised to the sky in opposing positions, so only one is visible at a time, and one is always chasing the other. The Orion constellation is one of the brightest and best-known constellations in the night sky. It lies on the celestial equator and contains 2 of the 10 brightest stars, Rigel and Betelgeuse. Yes, I said Betelgeuse. Words of power. I choose my companions wisely. Josephine, yeah, I still feel like this is the same person that we've been talking about for years, but I do feel someone new coming in. Unfortunately, this new person, whether romantic or otherwise, you could be making a new friend, meeting someone over social media. I feel like it's not going to be a good thing, though. It is dangerous for you. You're not in the right energetic space to be starting new relationships. I feel like you're in a very vulnerable position to be taken advantage of, particularly, if I'm being honest, sexually. Someone looking at you and just wanting to use you in that way, and you equating it with being wanted, being needed. What I would say, Josephine, is just right now, Carl, stay away from dating, stay away from meeting any new prospective partners, and focus on raising your energetic vibration and becoming more aligned. Josephine, you got this. You don't need anyone to need you. You need to be there for you right now. You're going through a lot of toxicity and chaos and from the past, from a breakup or someone who's still in your life but very toxic. This person, if you're still with them, they're cheating on you. Just so you know, there's a third party here. I just feel like you need to focus on you, and regardless of outside attention or perceived affections, stay away from going on dates, sleeping with anyone, that type of stuff. Hang out with the girls. Who's next?
Okay. We can go ahead and do timestamps unless Carrie wants
Let
one.
me read for Carl real quick, and then we'll do timestamps.
That is fine.
Miss Carl, I'm going to use El Quay. You came in at the perfect time because we're ending soon. I'm going to play me some Fortnite while eating sausage, peppers, and onions. My Carrie girl. How's work? I'm sure you're at work. Why do I have upside down cards? Hate that. There's always one in the deck. Like I just put it in wrong. It's raining. Ugh. You got Carly. Wow. She who frees, liberation, unrestrained, and freedom. It's very close to your name, actually. You're welcome, Josephine. Just be careful and respect yourself. It was a quick reading because you came in late, but seriously, don't let anyone use you. It's never to your benefit. You deserve so much better. You deserve to be respected and well-loved, okay? By yourself first. And I feel like that's the journey you're on. That's the alignment message for you. Carly, she who frees, demonstrates how useless it is to try to bind her. She stands barefooted on the rocky shore, her hair blowing loose from the confining headband. Birds swoop overhead. The waves break upon the rock where she perches. Nothing can contain her. She has made the decision to be free, so free she will be. Where did Edna go? Her wrists bear the marks of the shackles. She will always remember the lessons of wearing them, but now she tosses the broken, useless chains into the water. Within the waves, there is almost an electrical pulse as Carly's energy sets her loose. This is a being who will not be restrained or controlled. The message of this card is that you face a challenge, Carrie, that only you can answer. Will you remain obedient to the chains and shackles that have been placed upon you, or will you cast them aside to live your own liberated life? It's important to remember sometimes that bonds are accepted. You should also understand you can change your mind about those restraints at any given time. You're at a point where you can end anything you feel holds you back. It would be wise to examine the chains thoroughly. Though. Who holds the other end and who holds the key? What's up, Hilton? When did you first notice that you're being held back? What would real freedom feel and look like to you? And what chains do you yearn to be free of? There's something here that is very constraining and like restraining to you. I don't know if it's a romantic relationship. It could be work. It could literally be anything, but something is making you feel suffocated. I feel like I can't breathe. Trapped. Carrie, right? I mean, a good old, I almost said spanking. Let me stop. Girl, look what you do. You are a bad influence. No, I do feel like there is an area of your life. It doesn't have to be romantic. I just feel like something here is making you feel very stifled. And what the universe is saying is like, you've been through this before, whatever this is. You're falling into, even if it's not about constraint or restraint and freedom, it's about falling into the same traps, right? Repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And I know people say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And while that's true, that can also be said for determination, right? So do you look at it as insane or do you look at it as you're determined? Carrie, in the next couple of weeks, make sure that you're remembering lessons that you learned from the past, right? You have the scars from the shackles. You can still see them, which means, you're still cognizant and aware of your mistakes, even if it's in the back of your mind. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to make the same mistakes? The universe is offering you total and complete freedom, liberation, but you have to want it in order to be able to manifest it and take the actionable steps behind it. Yes, exactly what I did when moving. Oh no, from Florida to Tennessee. I thought you were saying something good. Demonetized. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Eris. I know. I'm sorry. It's been a long night. Yeah, just don't fall into the same traps. Again, it could be in love, your career. I do feel there's a career opportunity coming in, right? I don't know exactly what it is. It could be like some side hustle or just a way to make a little extra change. There's like found money or something here. In the next 2 weeks, just be aware of like offers that come in. Don't fall into get rich quick schemes or anything like that. Make sure you know what you're signing. Make sure you know who you're dealing with. Who's next? Timestamps?
Actually, if Hilton wants one, does Hilton want one?
I don't know. Oh, wow. Nice. Carrie said she went on a new interview yesterday. Hilton, if you want a reading, let us know, babe, because we're going to end. That is why I call her Carl, Mike, because the first time she ever came into one of my streams when I was streaming on Missing Persons Mysteries, I misread her name and called her Carl. All right, Hilton, let's do this. We're going to do Halloween. After this, I'm not taking anyone else. My hair gets caught under my underarms so long. Harry, best of luck. Eris, did you want a reading? You were already here, so I don't mind. No, I love that about you, Eris. Absolutely. I love that you're not afraid to say that.
No, he said he passed tonight.
Okay. Fingers crossed. I'm praying for you. I think you're good, though. I can't say I never guarantee anything because free will, things can change from second to second, but I do think you're good. If it sounds, listen, if the price is too good to be true, it's usually haunted. That's what I say. Baby Dragon, no problem. I didn't do yours yet because I was saving you for a timestamp. So don't worry about it at all. You're actually going to be one of the next ones. So if you want to hang out, I'll do you after this. If you can't hang out, just let us know and I'll still do you after this. Carrie, I love you, sweetie. Thank you so much for coming in. You had perfect timing. Great card, Hilton. You got the lamp, remembrance. Guys, please, and speaking of remembrance, please remember to donate PayPal, Cash App. I am working as much as I love it, and it really, really, really helps. Let's find the lamp.
Do love her.
I miss Jules. I hope she's okay. Aunt Edna left.
No, Edna's still good. She's watching.
Come on, where's? I can't hear you, hon.
Oh, good.
Ghostdragonzw, were you talking to me? I couldn't hear you.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just babbling.
Time out. Time out. It's time to shout. We got that spirit you can't control, so let loose and rock and roll. Waldwick thinks they're really tough, but that's okay. We're hot stuff. That was one of our cheers. I don't know. Anyway. I light a single candle within a lamp for you, a single flame in the darkness that reflects my heart. So true. Hilton, whilst it is a tradition to carve a jack-o'-lantern to scare away the spirits, it was an older tradition still to light a candle or a lamp on Halloween night and leave it at the window as a loving guide home for those who have passed. Both as a symbol of remembrance and also as a kind of leaving the lights on for those who may wish to come home, the lamp was left on to illuminate the night and perhaps even the sadness that was felt because of the passing. So there's a song called Leave the Light On by Tom Walker. It reminds me of my friend Billy and Damien's father, Jeff, who both passed of overdoses. It's about being there for people who overdose. So when it said leave the lights on, if you guys want to hear a really good, beautiful song, you should listen to it. I'm going to listen to it after this now. This card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. For those with whom we did not have an easy relationship or even those we didn't like, they leave us with valuable lessons. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends, and so the darkness can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. Thank you, Ron Forrest. Have a great weekend. No, Smoochie. No. All right. Hilton. I don't know if this has to do with someone who recently passed in your life. I just feel, though, that you're mourning something. And if you're not right now, I think you will be. Not in like this horrible, heartbreaking, someone's going to pass away type of way. Now, someone could very well pass, right? And that's not to scare you. There could be someone in your realm that is going to pass away. But I think more than that, this is you. Things are changing for you very swiftly, I feel, whether you're aware of it or not. Like, you're going to look back in a couple of months and be like, whoa, like, look how much has changed for me. And there could be a part of you that is sad about that, right? Missing someone who used to be there every day, but they're not there anymore. And I was just asking about you. This is the morning of what once was, right? And understanding that everything has to come to an end. What's that song, Closing Time? Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. That's what's happening here. Things are changing so rapidly that you're not even noticing that it's happening. And by the time you do notice, everything has changed, right? I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. Hilton, I feel like this is just your team in the universe telling you, like, it was time. It was time for you to let whoever this is go, let whatever this is go, and move on, stepping into your power, letting go of hurts, hangups, habits, and things like that. Really understanding what's meant for you and what isn't, right? What you energetically vibe with and what you don't. And I just feel like that's a big lesson that's coming in for you in the next couple of weeks. What are you guys laughing about? Nicole, welcome. Hello. Let's start timestamps. We'll start with Baby Dragon. Nicole, we are about to end, but if you'd like a 1-card reading, please let me know right now. Oh, thank you so much. It was supposed to be much brighter. I'm kind of aggravated with it, but I appreciate it because it is pretty. Yeah, if you want a reading, I can give you a reading real quick. You're new, no big deal. We end at 10, 11 sometimes 11:30. It all depends on how many people come in. Okay, let's do it. We're going to use the human spirit. Welcome, by the way. Thank you so much for coming in and taking the time to come and hang out with us. I hope you're well. And it's really nice to see. We had a lot of new names tonight. So she said, yay. Oh, you are my people, girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. When y'all say yay over the readings, I'm like, that's my people's. I love it. Thank you. All right, let's work on Nicole here. What's going on for the next couple weeks with her spirit? Yeah, Miss Mucci, I know you do. You got to remind me so I can use it for you more often.
And Ashley is here.
Okay, well, she's going to be next. I'm sorry.
I'm just letting you know she didn't leave.
Ashley, I would have done yours first. I didn't know you were here, honey.
No, she's fine.
All right.
So later.
Nicole, you got the Master of Destiny, card number 14 in the reverse shadow position, which doesn't always indicate anything bad. Sometimes it's kind of just Hilton. Yeah, I think, let me just acknowledge Hilton. I think it's just rapid change. And I feel like it's going to kind of catch up with you. And you're going to have to take a few seconds to like really energetically let go of certain people and places and things that just don't serve you anymore. And you're already moved on from it, but you haven't really, it hasn't caught up with you yet. Sorry, I need my nicotine. Okay. Miss Nicole. Oh, hi there. Are you just walking in a circle waiting for some other person to tell you what your destiny is? What's your plan? What's your goals? What's your goals? You cannot get from point A to point B if you don't even know where you're starting from. If you walk the same circle without changing course, you will create a trench-sized hole that you might find it hard to get out of. Let's take time to assess where you are and where you want to go. If you're nervous to chart your trail in ink, then let's try chalk, easily erased when you feel a wind of change in your sails. Take hold of the wheel and become the master of your own destiny. Nicole, shed the labels placed on you by others or by your past and create your own path. This is you. Andrew, yes, remember to subscribe and like the channel, visit the shorts. Nicole, this is you stepping into your power. You may not even realize this, but just like I said to Hilton, there are massive changes coming in for you for the better. You could be feeling a little lost right now, if not in your entire life. Like you may have something set, but I do feel like in one particular situation, so it could be romance, it could be your finances, it could be your job, it could be something familial, right? Roommate situation. There's something that you just feel very unfulfilled, but very unsure about. Like, I'm trapped here. What do I do? Like, I feel so stifled. Like right now, I'm feeling heaviness in my chest, like I can't breathe, but it's not like fear. It's just this anxiety of this is my situation. How do I get out of it? Yes, finally deciding that, you know what? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Obviously, like as human beings, as light workers, which you obviously are because you came in here and we totally vibed immediately. You're a light worker. You're probably an empath as well. How do we speak up and not only set boundaries, right? The whole thing that everyone's talking about online is setting boundaries, setting boundaries. That's great. That's very great. The point is to enforce the boundaries we set. And yes, anxiety, this, not incessant, that's not the word, this manic conflict avoidance, right? I would rather lay down and literally act like a turtle than have an argument with somebody and like have conflict. But there comes a time when we've just had enough. And I feel like your energy in some area of your life, like you are being so stifled. Okay, there you go. You feel so stifled and so like helpless in a situation that you have finally decided you are taking a stand. And you're going to hurt people along the way. But I feel like the people who are being hurt, it's like, that's on them. That's their karma to deal with. Whatever this is, and I don't want you to get too personal, but whatever this is, you're in the right, and you will persevere, and you will prevail. The thing is following through, because I feel like there are going to be points in this where it gets really scary, right? This is very obvious. Like, it's going to be scary. And I feel like there is some manipulation coming in, someone trying to kind of puppeteer you. I see the marionette strings trying to move you to a place that better suits them, right? And you could fall into this trap if you're not very aware of it. So the universe, your spirit team, they're making it very aware right now that someone you think is on your side, I feel it's someone who either just came into your life or who's coming in, they're not on your side. Okay. They are simply trying to put you in a place on their chessboard that is beneficial to them. Nicole, listen to me. Talk to your guides. When you wake up in the morning, be like, I want my spirit team, my angels, my guides, my ancestors. You know, you can call on any one of those beings or entities, or just say my spirit team. I want them to guide me and make my decisions today, because they can't step in. It's like a tag team wrestling match where like the guy can be on the ground. The partner wants so badly to go in and help, but he can't until his hand is tagged. That is your spirit team. They cannot help you unless you call them in, and you need them right now, because you're at risk for being manipulated and everything falling apart. And then the bad guys will win, because let me tell you something, there are bad guys in this situation. There is an actual bad here. And I don't say that often. Like, I feel like people are generally good. They just do stupid, sometimes stupid and terrible bad things that they end up regretting. This is just straight up bad. Good night, Mike. Love you. Nicole, stand your ground, stay your course. This is in alignment with your chart, with what you're meant to be doing at this time, and don't let anyone pull you out of that. All right. Come back next week. Okay. Email me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Ghost Dragons will put it in the chat. We can talk. All right. I'm going to move on. Let's do Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon, I'm using Aether creatures. You know what, Nicole? I don't use the term bad or evil very often because there aren't that many. I did a video on dark spirits. I don't know if it's public, but there aren't many. But when I see them around someone, it's pretty scary because they do have the power of this world behind them. But you also have power, and you have the power of good. You're doing the right thing for the right reasons, and you'll prevail because of that. It won't be easy. You'll have to go through a lot of poop and deal with a lot of confrontation, attempted manipulation. Don't let it get to you. Stand your ground. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right course. Whoa. We are not going to do that. Okay? Respect the body you're using, or you will not be given permission to use it. Ashley's team is wound up tonight. A light warrior. Yes, I love it. That's what we are in here, right? So come on in, because you definitely fit in. All right, Miss Baby Dragon, you got the Amertam. I don't know how to pronounce these, so we're just going to call it an Amertam. Card number 46 in the upright position. Good night, Hilton. Yes, perfect timing. No such thing as a coincidence. Don't forget, we're going to be talking at noon in a pre-recorded video on Monday, noon Eastern, about toxic positivity and spirituality in our daily lives. Then Thursday or Friday, sometime in the afternoon, I'll be doing a live stream to go over what we covered. It's something new that I'm doing. So watch the 12 o'clock video. It's going to be short. Write down any questions you have, any additional information, things like that. Bring it to the stream, And there we're going to discuss. I think this could work if you guys watch the first video. Nicole, it's rampant right now. I fell into this trap. I want everyone to be aware. All right. I'm going to have time to play Fortnite. I'm excited. Where is this thing? Oh, I see it. That's the griffin. We don't want that. Come on. If the Emertam appears to you upright, right side up, it's a message to drink the nectar of life. Ashley, you have to take the joys of life in order to make your life worth living. Perhaps in this particular situation or in your life in general, you need to lighten up or take more pleasure in something or seek out things to enjoy. The happiest people on earth find their work to be play. This being said, the Emertam often comes to those who are in need of play specifically. Yeah, Andrew, I think it could work. If you guys play along, even a handful of y'all, then it'll work and I'll keep doing it. To play is to engage in an activity for the sole purpose of the pleasure of the activity itself. The Emertam does not appear in order to tell you what to do because every being finds different things pleasurable. One person might experience play through swimming, another via a board game. What matters is that both are experiencing joy while doing what they're doing. If you struggle with joy, stop looking for intense happiness and start looking for relief. Follow that relief, and one day you will feel the sunny lightness of joy. The Emertam is a reminder of what so many non-physical beings know, that there are only so many wonderful things that you can only experience in the physical. People tend to think that everything out there and non-physical is better. If this was the case, the non-physical being would want to incarnate into the physical. The intensity of the pleasure available in the physical is enough to bring anyone to their knees. So while you are in the physical, revel in the pleasures that the physical has to offer. The touch of your lover's skin, the specialness of the temporary, and the taste of that mango. Be open to and revel in the joy of being here. Ashley, you've just been so stressed. Hey, Mom, you can be next. What's up, Jules? All right, I'm trying to end, so Jules is going to be last. Let me read for Baby Dragon here. Mom, I'm glad you came back. Jules, I was just worrying about you out loud. So you have so much stress in your life, Ashley. I feel like you aren't making time, even if it's not for play, just to do something that you enjoy, right? To do something that makes you happy just for the sole purpose of doing it. This is a pretty simple reading. It's about prioritizing yourself over anyone and everyone. And I know that's really hard when you're a mom and you have kids, right? The fact of the matter is the best thing you can do for them is to make sure that you're in a high vibration, that you're in a place of happiness and joy. You're walking around miserable, what kind of mom are you going to be? And I'm not saying you're a bad mom. I'm just saying, like, it's hard to be happy when we're not doing things that make us happy. Ashley, in the next couple of weeks, just take some time for yourself. Go for a walk in the woods, ground. It's okay to say, I need an hour to myself, or I'm going to take a bath for 20 minutes. Do not knock on the door. Like, it's okay to have those moments. Even as a mother, as a wife, you're still a human being. You're still a woman. And you can't be the one to forget that. Even if everyone around you forgets that, you cannot be the one to. And I've said this to you before. So now I'm lecturing you. You are my daughter. I told you that. You're my adopted daughter. I'm going to lecture you a little bit. We've talked about this on this channel. You have to take the time out. Your team is telling you, you're going to end up drained. You're going to end up with nothing left to give. I spent the past 2 days laying in bed. I did only the absolute least that I had to do. But I needed that. I felt so refreshed, so rejuvenated, so ready to jump back into work. I did like 16 shorts today, recorded 2 pre-recorded videos, did 3 personal readings. I was on my grind, still did my yoga. I needed that break. I haven't taken one in 4 years. I've had days off, but I've always had stuff to do. I did literally nothing. I had to. You need to do something like that as well. All right, mommy dearest. Let me find a deck for you. So, all right, Mom, I'm going to use Magic of You. Yeah, well, 12 of them were the second week of October weekly readings that I do. Mom, this is interesting deck. No, Jules, you're fine. You're fine. I just keep saying so-and-so's last, and then like more people come in, but it's 10 o'clock. So I am ending after you and the timestamps though, because I'm tired. I'm actually pretty hungry. Not much personal space if you have young kids. Right. So that's why instead of working the last 2 days while my son is at school, I said, you know what? My work might suffer a tiny bit, but I'm going to suffer even more if I don't take this time for myself. And I had to do it. I didn't talk on the phone. All I did was watch videos, eat food in bed, and play Fortnite. And I was in my glory. I wanted to do it again today, but I knew that I couldn't. Like, I didn't want to push it, Mom, you got Merak. Embrace oneness with the universe. Card number 16. I made last night. When I went to the farm last Saturday, I picked some fresh bell peppers and I chopped them up with some onions. They were green. I got some red peppers, some sausage, potatoes, and I fried it all up. I haven't eaten any yet because I'm on this diet pill called, I believe it's called Stakd, STAKD. And I literally could go days without eating. I'm never hungry anymore. And I'm losing all the weight between that and yoga. So I have to like force the food down my throat. But I went 3 days without remembering to eat and I passed out. I know that's not funny. And my mom, oh my God, my mom's listening to this. But it's this diet pill. It's going to be banned soon. So I want to get more. Weight is just falling off. The only thing is I have the little pouch, but that's from all the Red Bull. So anyway, I haven't eaten much. Mom, are you rushing through life trying to achieve and acquire? When Merak appears, it's time to take a deep breath and slow down. Consider that there are simple, small, happy things around you to which you are blind whilst you fixate on and desire larger goals and larger expectations. Julie girl, thank you so much, sweetheart, that are making you feel increasingly cut off, frustrated, or despondent. The girl of Merak has stepped away from her desk, out of the kitchen, away from others' expectations. She has chosen to walk, not to drive. She treads slowly in order to fully sense and notice the little things around her. Ashley, you should be listening to this as well. Her heart lifts with a great sense of happiness. At her feet spring luscious berries and sweetly scented flowers. The world around her swells with pleasure as it senses itself being noticed and appreciated. It is time to step lightly into the world and be grateful for what you have. Notice the small things. The answers you seek reside in the small achievements and enjoyments of each day and in your willingness to be one with the universe. Know that your role and place in the world is just as essential as anyone and anything else's. So, Mom, I don't feel like this is you. Jules, again, thank you. Thank you, everyone who donated. Mom, I don't think that this is you, like, trying to acquire bigger, better things and, like, in this rush for glory. But I do feel like sometimes your mindset is, like, very negative. And that's because of all the things that have happened to you, one thing after another after another. What this card is saying, Mom, in the next couple of weeks, when something happens that makes you feel like you have a dark cloud hanging over you or just makes you feel maybe upset, I know you think of Gary sometimes and, you get these feelings, make sure that you're working through them. And just like I said to Ashley before you, take some time for yourself. Just doing something that you like to do. I am exactly like you. I love sitting in my room and not talking to anyone and playing my games and watching my shows. And that's that. Possibly coming out to eat if someone won't leave food at the door, right? This is about doing that, but really enjoying the experience of being with yourself and deciding, like, do you want to be with yourself or do you want to go and make, friends? How do you make friends? You just go out and put yourself out there. But I feel right now, Mom, you're not giving yourself enough credit for everything that you do, everything that you've done. You literally saved my life. How many times? I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit for the amazing, beautiful person that you are. I feel like you don't feel that. You don't see who you truly are. And I feel like in this new place, I just feel like there's a connection you have to this new house that's going to really bring you out of your shell and bring you into the understanding of everything that you've done for other people. And not because you're like, oh, I did that. I'm so great. But because you're realizing that you are great and there's no reason for you to have bad luck or a dark cloud. This could shift that negative vibe into something positive when you understand that you are so meaningful to people. People love you so much in life. And like, once you start realizing that, you'll start being more positive. Like, wow, I'm so blessed that this happened. I'm so blessed I was able to do that. I'm so blessed. And once you get into that positive mindset, I feel like things are really going to turn around for you. And you're going to start being just a lot happier in general. Not that you're miserable, but I think you know what I mean. Just not always feeling like something is looming, right? Because I get that too. I feel like you should just stop and count your blessings. And you're going to be absolutely fine once you realize what an amazing person you are. Jules, I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream. Then we've got Lotus. And is there anyone? I forgot who else. I know there was one other person, wasn't there?
As far as I know, it was just Lotus, unless you're going to do KC.
I'm not going to do KC tonight. Oh, dang it. There was someone else I wanted to do, but it's okay. I don't remember who it was.
Okay.
I don't remember. It's okay. Worst case scenario, I'll give whoever it is a personal, but it's all right. All right, Miss Julie girl. I was worried about you. I said it literally like 15 minutes before you came in. I was like, I hope Jules is okay. Where is she? Baby Dragon, I'm telling you, take that time out. I'm thinking of, instead of going right to my phone in the morning, I'm thinking of putting my son on the bus and then going for a walk for an hour, even a half hour. I think it's like beautiful weather. I think I'm going to do that. Did anyone on my Facebook see that spider? Yes, I do want to play Fortnite. I will. I'll still have time. My mom's like, smash it. I'm like, Mom, it's up against something soft. Clearly, I'm going to have to burn the house down to get rid of it. It was so scary. Jules, you got card number 5, the closing door. Endings, completion, your greater calling. When the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, job, task, or situation that has been dragging on for far too long. Unlock the cage you have been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine, consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out of the door. If you do not see a door but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be quote unquote wrong in order for you to do what you've known you needed to do for a really long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it. You've tried that already and no one answered. Take this, at least not in the way you would have liked. Take that as a gift, difficult and painful as it might be, and move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things didn't work. It is keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door, give thanks to the lessons, and set yourself free. Oh my God, I was literally just thinking of you. Holy crap. I swear I was like, I wonder, oh my God, so strange. I wish I had said it out loud. What's up, Deirdre? Jules, okay. So I feel like it's time to move on from something. I feel like you might feel like you've already done this. I'm losing my voice. I feel like you might feel like you've already done this, right? It's so good to see you, Deirdre. But you haven't. There's still something that has a hold on you. You haven't quite accepted that it's not ever going to happen, right? Whatever this is, there's something that I feel like you really wanted. You maybe worked really hard towards, you strived for, but it just isn't going to happen. And I feel like you tell yourself that you've accepted this, but you actually haven't. Yeah, Ron, I am. Hit me up. In the next couple of weeks, Jules, I want you to look back at like all the situations you found yourself in that you've had to let go of for the past, couple of years, things that you really were attached to, people you were attached to that you realized you couldn't trust or that you unfortunately lost. Go through them and look at all the lessons you've learned through each of them. And imagine yourself literally closing a door on them and locking them in a room in your mind and just out. I know that sounds weird, but that's the message I'm getting. I feel like once you move past what and or whoever this is, you will truly be on the path to your destiny. That's when everything will clear up and you'll be able to very clearly see what your next step is, because there is confusion now in that, right? that you're like, okay, like I know I want to do XYZ, but how do I? And the reason that that's confusing to you is because you're still dealing with some regret about a situation that, one, you should have no regret about, and two, the door is already closed. You've got to just accept the lesson and move on. Deirdre, I'm going to read for you real quick because I was about to end. I just thought of you, and I thought, I hope I don't have, I should have said it out loud. I was like, I hope I don't have to wait till her birthday to see her. Are you still at, what do you call it? Bergen? Because I'm going there Wednesday. I'm using El Quay, by the way, Deirdre. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. I missed you. I miss you so much. I was just thinking about you. We have to do something. We always make plans, and like I always cancel because of anxiety. But we've got to do something some Sunday. This Sunday, I'm going to my friend Donna's house. I've been planning to go to her house for 4 years and keep canceling too. You go on at 1, I'll still be there. So I'll text you. Deirdre is a close personal friend of mine in real life, IRL. Amazing woman and such an inspiration to me. You got Valencia. Yeah, I was just going to say, how long has it been since I spoke? Because I would love to come and do that again. So let's talk on Wednesday. I will definitely text you. You can text me, but I know you're super busy, and I'll come see you and we can set it up. That would be amazing. I love doing that. She who stands, resolute, implacable, and determined. Valencia. I like that name. Valencia onions, is it? Or oranges? Valencia oranges. Miss Deirdre Valencia, she who stands, embodies the spirit of resoluteness. By the way, New England Dirt Roadie, remember I said I only know one Sagittarius female in real life? That's my Deirdre. Her birthday is a day after yours. Valencia, she who stands, embodies the spirit of resoluteness. Her hair is tied back, revealing the determination in her face. Her bloodied sword rests in her hands. She is not holding it to defend herself. Instead, she clutches it to support herself after a hard-won fight. Part of her would like to run, but the stronger part insists she holds her ground. Deirdre, that is totally you. The fierce, tusked skull on her right shoulder reminds her it's wiser to fortify her position. For now, Valencia holds her place. Those who would call her implacable would not be wrong. The message of this card is to stand your ground. The thing you've been working so hard to obtain will be in your possession soon. Don't give in to the urge to give up. Let this card serve as a reminder of your own resolution. Acknowledge where you've been. Look at where you are now. Tie your hair back. Roll up your sleeves. Now you must prove you have earned this spot. You will not be put aside easily. This moment will determine your own strength of will. Don't waver. Look them in the eye, hold their gaze, and show them your implacable stance. How do you underestimate yourself? How can you best fortify your current position? In what ways are you resolute? Yeah, there's definitely some opportunity coming here. I don't know what this is, but I feel like you've been working hard to accomplish or achieve something. You always are. So that's like a no-brainer. You're always like on to the next thing and just making things happen. I love that. There's something here though that like I feel like you have to like maybe you applied for a different position or a different job, or there's something here that you're trying to do, but I feel like you have to be chosen. Like you're waiting for a response. I think that there are people around you that either pretend to like you and don't, or give you like the wrong information to try to throw you off the scent. You have some toxic coworkers. I'm just going to put it out there. Maybe not every single one of them, but definitely some. And I feel like they kind of sniff you out. With you being a light worker, they're going to be attracted right to you to try to bring your light down. This is you saying like, I'm not going to give up. You're not going to pass me by. I'm here. Making your presence known, not being overlooked or looked over in some situation or area. And I do feel like it does have to do with work. It's like you've been working for something, you have an expectation of receiving. So this is like a promotion, more money, a different position. There's something here. And I haven't spoken to you in a while, so I don't really know what it is. But I feel like people are underestimating you. And this is the universe. Your team is like, let them underestimate you. Let them not see you coming. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anyone I feel I'm keep getting manipulation. Like they're putting these toxic coworkers are putting like little bugs in your ear. trying to make you feel less than, trying to make you feel like you should, not go forward with this, trying to throw you off. And you are not that B word. Like, I'm just saying, I know you well, and like, they got the wrong one. I feel like this is the universe reminding you, because it could become very overwhelming when you have a lot of people, or people, even if it's like one person, just constantly in your ear with negativity, right? With distraction. Stay focused, and whatever this is you're trying to achieve, whether it has to do with work or not, something you're putting a lot of effort, energy into and towards, you're going to get it. Like, it is coming right to you, like a meteor hitting this planet. Like, you're attracting it. But if you waver and don't hold your ground, if you, even like for a second think of changing your mind, it's going to change course, and you're going to have to reattract it back again. Whatever this is, Deirdre, you got this. Like, you got this 100,000,000%. Do not shift your focus. No matter how hard it seems, no matter how much it seems like you don't got this, right? You do. And stay away from the toxic coworkers, please. I'm going to read for Lotus now, and then I am ending. I am exhausted. I need to eat. I need to play Fortnite. I mean, I'm just saying, Deirdre, it was so good seeing you. I will text you on Wednesday at like 1:30, and we can set up for me to come speak. I would absolutely love that. I'm going on 6 years now, 6 straight years. No relapses, no failed urines, no missed appointments. I think I missed one appointment due to the sickness we're not allowed to mention that begins with a C and ends with a D. I love you too, sweetie. I'll see you soon for sure. I'll definitely be there. All right, Miss Lotus Girl, I'm using Urban Crow. I swear, I should have said out loud. I wonder where Deirdre is. I swear I thought it. Helloga. Now I'll be doing some yoga. I was thinking of doing more yoga because I was stretching my legs like this. All right, Miss Lotus Girl, you got card number 21, the card of gifts. Guys, don't forget to check out my shorts, okay? Just go to my page and hit shorts. Just watch them. They're anywhere from 4 seconds to a minute. But I mean, I get 40,000 views, 20,000 views. The more you guys watch and like and comment an emoji. Doesn't matter. Let the short run 20 times in the background while you're washing dishes. It really, really, really helps. Ever since I started doing YouTube shorts about a year ago, I went from getting 11 to 18 subscribers per month to I was getting at one point between 400 and 500 a month. Because of YouTube shorts, because of you guys watching them and them being pushed out. So please take 4 seconds to a minute of your time. Watch 5 of them. I did a whole bunch today. I try to be funny. I dance. I laugh. I joke. I do skits. I do acting. I sing. I just try to have fun. So please, please watch those. They're so important. Don't forget, Monday at noon, we're going to be talking about toxic positivity. All right. It is a thing and it is rampant. Good night, Deirdre. Love you. Lotus, when I would discover a foreign object on my apartment balcony, my heart would sing. One time, my gift arrived in the form of a bright green cap, and another time it was a very long stick. Crows express gratitude and appreciation when they feel a connection with a human. Gifts asks that you take a moment to recognize a connection and make someone's day by dropping off a gift. Gifts come in all shapes and sizes. Not everything needs to be shiny or valuable. Sometimes a gift is simply a smile or someone holding the door for you. Gifts during a reading may appear as a reminder to be grateful for all the good things that have happened during your situation. Just like crows dropping off a bottle cap as a loving gesture, the universe sends us gifts every day. All it wants in return is to know that they are appreciated. Imagine if you gave someone a gift and they didn't acknowledge it. You might think twice before giving them another. That happened to me with one person on every holiday for like 6 years. Now I don't bother anymore. Like, I would hand them a wrapped gift and be so excited, and they'd open it and be like, oh, and put it aside and never touch it again. They did this for years to me for no reason, except that they didn't plan on getting me a gift. So they were like, you didn't have to do this, because they didn't want to give me anything. Now think about when you give someone a gift and they are appreciative. It makes you want to give them another one. The universe is just like that. Gifts is simply a reminder to say thank you so that the universe will continue sending you more. Yeah, Lotus, I feel like things are going pretty good, but now with everything going on with the hurricane, it's like, you know, you feel like this is it, right? I do feel like this is the ending of your dark night of the soul, though. I mean, you are moving into it. This was like the storm before the calm, quite literally. The universe wants you to stay focused, stay on track. Don't let any of this throw you off course. I mean, that's obvious advice that a friend or anyone would give you if they want what's best for you. But the universe is adamant. Keep counting your blessings. Do not start only focusing on the negative. I know you're ready to fall apart. I know you are, baby girl. Do not. You are weeks to a few months away from awakening and stepping out of the dark night. Like I said to Jules, being able to just close the door on it and leave it behind. But if you allow this storm and all of this to break you, you're going to lose everything. And I am seeing hospitalization. You're still not taking care of your physical health the way you should be. What do I always say? If you don't take time for your illness, you will be forced to take time for your wellness. I'm sorry, if you don't take care of your wellness, you will be forced to take care of your illness. Guys, I'm tired. I love you all. Ghost Dragons, let me get myself together, and if you want, we can jump on Fortnite. Guys, please support the shorts. Please donate to PayPal or Cash App if you can. I am really struggling financially with no contract, so anything you can donate is greatly appreciated. I love you all so much. Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern, I will be reading the introduction and 3 chapters from my book, Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond, because I feel like that was the least selling book that I have, so I kind of want to push it back into the public eye. Maybe we can even get it to number 1 if you guys can see that it's not about just sleep paralysis and get interested in it. Signed copies if you want, Halloween helper boxes if you want to do video chats with me, video readings, general remote personals, all that jazz. It's not in this description box, but it's in the description box of all of my other videos. Email me, gemmajadeParanormal@gmail.com, and at 12 noon, there will be a short video on toxic positivity, and sometime at the end of the week, I'll choose the time and the day, let you guys know. We're going to be doing a live stream where you can bring your questions about toxic positivity to the chat, your ideas, your opinions, and we can discuss it. Love you all. Bye.